Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is everybody else. No,
These are four random people.
Yeah.
Three random people.
Let me actually reopen all the tabs that I had open a moment ago that I just closed in accomplishing that. There we go. All right, so we currently have myself, of course, Valen Frostweaver, playing as Ulfgar, Holderheck, a dwarven bard. Also, we have, going down the line, Lissa, care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, my voice is a little cracky today. I am Valia Bolden Smasher. I am a lizard folk barbarian. And so far, I haven't got to beat up or eaten anything, but hopefully that'll change today.
Sadly, her camera gave out today. And then next we have Callisto.
I am Callisto of the Bear God clan. I am a half-elf, half-human druid.
Okay. And then Elune will not be joining us today due to the recent weather crisis in the European area, heavy snows and so on. There has been connection issues, so his character will be here visibly, but otherwise he will not. And then, of course, we have the DM.
Who's currently having technical difficulties. Ah, damn it! Hang on 1 second. Okay, there we go.
Who is Kashka.
All right. Whew, I think I made it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank goodness. Wow, that wasn't crazy at all. Yes. Hi. Sorry.
So, yeah, did you want to tell us what we're playing today and what's going on?
Well, today is the third session, if I'm not mistaken, of Tomb of Annihilation.
You are correct.
Yeah, so if we want to do like a quick verbal recap of what happened last time, it was quite a bit of like kind of in-town activity. There was some betting on dinosaur races, there was a visit to a priest, some shopping, and some kind of more info gathering, and a lot of interviews of various guides. So yeah, I think last we left off, had kind of finally settled on a guide, and that guide is meeting them at the tavern, the Leaping Lizard. Right? No, Thundering Lizard. The Thundering Lizard Tavern in the morning. So I think that's where we left it.
Okay.
And
we're on a journey for eventually finding the Soulmonger, but for now we need to pay the fees of Azaka the guide physically by escorting her to obtain a wooden mask of her belonging.
Yes.
That was stolen from her by the Terrafolk?
That's exactly right, Valen. Gold star for you. Yes, your guide is Azaka Stormfang. She is a native Cholton who spent a fair amount of time in the jungle, grew up in the jungle, and she will be accompanying you to you're going to accompany her to run an errand to retrieve a mask that she's been after, trying to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to take possession back of that mask that was stolen from her and her family. And then after that, she is going to accompany you, lead you, guide you, whatever, through the jungle, kind of as wherever you guys want her to take you.
Okay. I would like her to take us to the Soulmonger.
That's a thing, not a place.
I think, was it Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Lissa might know this better than I. For some reason, I don't know why, but I just made that rhyme. I'm sorry. I think we're on our way to Oralunga.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you had a run-in with an acolyte from the Temple of Savras, the same temple that you visited last week. And that acolyte said something funky about go to Oralunga west of Mbala, and there you will find some crazy shizzle. I don't know.
Yeah, he pretty much said that we need to talk to the Oracle.
Yeah, and it's on the way from Azaka's quest is in between us and the Oracle at Mambala. We also had the weird vision. I don't know what you would call that. Vision advice from the Zatimbe.
Oh, yep, Grandfather Zatimbe.
It's about the black obelisk in the jungle.
Yeah.
Granddad.
yeah, wacky granddad. Good old granddad hitting the whiskey. The mead too much. It's all those eyeballs, man. All those eyeballs.
Yeah, the temple. So where on this map is Oralunga? Or is it not shown? I mean,
it's not shown.
I see Mabala, and that's where Azaka's mask is potentially being taken or held.
I don't know if you guys... no, her mask is not at Mbala. I'm trying to think if it says... Hang on one sec. I just want to see if it says...
We also found out Camp Righteous was pretty much destroyed, if not decimated or something.
Yeah, destroyed and possibly abandoned at this point. Well, see, it's how she says it's after Camp Righteous, I think.
Oh, now I see Camp Vengeance as well. I'm confused as to which one it was.
She's, her mask is at Firefinger. Her little flyer, her advertisement said, for those adventurers who aid me in a personal quest, I will waive my fee and guide them to places no one else has found. So this bodes well for her finding Oralunga for you. The quest will take us to Firefinger. The evil terrorfolk that roost atop Firefinger stole a wooden mask from me, and I want it back.
Okay.
So you guys are going to go to Firefinger first, and then on to Mbala or Oralunga, wherever you want to go after that.
Any idea where Firefinger is? I mean, if we don't know, then I'd like to ask her once we get there. So, we've got a map, so it'd be nice if we could have a direction. Especially since one of our members is a cartographer.
Yeah.
You're asking me if I know where Firefinger is?
Yes.
Yes, I know where Firefinger is. But it's not on your map.
Okay.
So you'll need to ask Zaka or somebody else.
And that's what I was just saying, is that I think I would like to ask that of her once we meet up with her.
Sure.
And I don't know if you wanted to do anything about Elune.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll resolve that when we kind of...
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, it's morning.
Birds are tweeting.
Up and at 'em.
The sun is rising. The city is coming to life once again. All the market noises and smells and everything kick off again, just as they did yesterday. One by one, you begin to kind of gather in the main room of the tavern. And Elune is there as well. He's sitting down at one of the tables, and he's just talking to the barkeep. Sounds like he's ordering breakfast. So, gonna have something to eat while he waits for Azaka to arrive.
Sounds like a good idea.
Your last civilized meal for a while.
Yeah, before I start eating fish jerky.
I'm going to ask for spiced potatoes.
Yeah, you see on the menu, Odig's spiced potato.
I would like two.
So you guys kind of gathering around,
Yeah.
all having breakfast
Yeah.
together?
Yeah, I come down the stairs and I see everyone in the corner and I go over there and join them and order. I don't know what food they have, but whatever somebody else is eating, because I don't know anything about or how to order.
I want cooked meat.
Just bring me food.
Perfect.
Yeah, so they'll bring you, food and drink. You guys do kind of notice that Elune is it's a little quieter than usual. He seems quite... everybody's a little bit maybe a little anxious, and you're about to set off, on epic journey kind of thing. So there's that tenseness in the air amongst the group. But Elune seems particularly distracted and uneasy, shall we say. And actually, as you're sitting there, you see suddenly his eyes grow kind of wide, and he says, "Not now, no, not now." And he seems to be focusing on something specifically, and he just grows more and more anxious and more agitated, and you see that he kind of gets this strange aura around him, and he says to you all, he says, I was hoping I didn't have to explain this so soon. He says, but you'll have to, go ahead without me. He says, I will catch up with you. I will find you. And as you sitting there, he says, I wish I could explain more. And he actually, the aura around him just grows stronger and stronger, until it's almost too bright to look at. You kind of shield your eyes a little bit, and then suddenly the light dims, and the tavern is back to kind of normal lighting again, and you hear there was silence actually as this was going on from the fellow patrons in the tavern, including the innkeep as well. They were just kind of taken aback at what was going on, and as the room returns to normal, you kind of adjust your eyes to the light again. Elune has gone, and people are kind of staring at your table, kind of shiftily, not trusting, after witnessing this very unusual event. People kind of get up. People sitting closest to you get up and kind of move away a bit. And
is his breakfast still there?
Look at the time. Yeah. What was that?
Is his breakfast still there?
His breakfast is still there. Anything that he wasn't holding on to actually is still there. So
is his breakfast the same as mine?
Sure.
I stop eating my breakfast and say, "What did you put in these potatoes?" No, seriously. I guess.
So his pack is still sitting next to his chair. There's a backpack that's got a bedroll and his some rations and his own water skin in there, and there's some other bits and pieces if you do want to have a look in that. But his backpack is still sitting there. Those are the obvious things from it.
Yeah, I'll walk over and look at the group until I guess the pressure got to him. He might have exploded, so we're just going to take his pack just in case. I mean, we could use extra rations, so I'll just go pick up his pack, his stuff. And I'll just slide the food back across the table and be like, whoever wants this can have it. Free of charge on the house. And walk away.
Would I
take a fork and I put it in the meat and I pull it over my plate.
Would I be able to have recognized anything about what just happened? Like I witnessed it, or I mean...
Make an intelligence check, I think.
Ooh, just a straight intelligence check?
Let's have a look. Do you have any kind of... And you could make an Arcana check, but that's kind of... looks like you have the same, right? So it's not something you're proficient.
I'll just do a history because it's the same thing. How's that? I'll do an intelligence check.
Whatever. Intelligence.
All right. 7.
Yeah, you really are not sure what just happened. You all seemed like you all seemed to notice that Elune was not so much disturbed by what was happening, but more by the timing of it. So he clearly was not expecting this, but it didn't, like, the event itself didn't seem to disturb him more that it was happening right then, if that makes sense.
Okay. So we've got his stuff then? I guess.
Yeah, I went and picked up all the stuff that was left.
So you're carrying 2 packs?
Yes.
I doubt his pack was very big.
I think I can carry up to 255 pounds.
I climb on her back.
I'm just saying.
And she can still carry another person.
Yeah, I can carry up to 255 pounds. So I just put his stuff with ours and say, well, I guess pressure got to him. Let's go on an adventure.
And as you guys are kind of gathering Elune's pack and talking about what just happened, you see Wakanga walk in, actually. And he has a big smile on his face. He seems, quite happy to see you and walks over to your table immediately. And says, my friends, he says, today's the big day, and he's very, he has a lot of excitement about you setting out, it seems.
I give him the traditional bow that I'm sure everybody probably is, since he's one of the princes. I'm assuming that people have reacted in a similar, like, royalty type thing upon him just walking into the bar.
Yeah, I mean, you do see the patrons and the innkeep, as he walks past everyone, kind of, gives a small bow to him. It doesn't seem like he's too, it seems like he does go out in public quite a bit. People are kind of used to seeing him, but everybody is respectful towards him.
Okay. I'll show him the respect that he's due, like the little bow, and I'll kind of encourage the others to somehow do something like I usually do when we meet somebody new.
I just kind of bow my head and tell him, I think we should leave soon. People are starting to disappear. We don't know what's going on. We've lost a party member. He just went poof. I kind of elbow Callista and see what happens when you get too nervous about going on to adventures.
He seems quite taken aback by this, and he says, what happened?
It appears that our newest compatriot, Elune, has, for lack of a better description, disappeared, saying he would catch up with us.
He says, most unusual.
In a magical puff?
He says, well, he is of the arcane, type. Says, this is most unusual, though. He's like, I'll let Syndra know as soon as possible, as soon as I return.
No worries. I took his stuff. It's okay.
I've got his loot. But he says, but on to happier notes. He says, happier information, happier news. He says, I wanted to deliver this to you. And he hands out, he holds his hand out, and in his hand is a very worn-looking, water-damaged, tattered journal. And he hands it over towards the group.
I grab it.
Okay.
And say, does this belong to someone in particular? And I just kind of open it up and start rifling through it.
Yeah. He says, well, it was brought out of the jungle many years ago and came into my possession. He says, it seems to be the journal of a wizard who was exploring the area, who's exploring Chult. He says, and it's basically his journal of his travels.
What
yes,
language and can I read it?
Yeah, so I don't have like a specific like May 1st. I don't have that kind of detail, but yeah, you can kind of start scanning through it. And as you're scanning through it, Wakanga points out to you a couple of pieces. As he's obviously super familiar with this book, right? And as he sees you flip to a page, he goes, "Oh!" He's like, "Look here." He's like, "Here it mentions a companion." He's like, and this companion is mentioned many times through this journal. He says the companion's name is Vaughn. He says this has been a mystery that's been on my mind for many years. He says, I can show you where the journal was found in the jungle. He says, and he says if you read further, and if you let him, actually, he'll like flip some pages ahead.
Okay.
And he says, if you read further, you'll see that his companion Vaughn was actually a shield guardian. He says, this is very curious to me. He says, shield guardian is quite a what's the word he would use? Quite an interesting artifact. He's like, one that I would love, and you see his eyes like light up while he's talking about this. One that I would love to have in my home. He says that would be. He's like, and of course it would be a fantastic bodyguard for me on the streets as well, because well, and he's kind of waffling on about this shield guardian. Clearly, this thing has captured his imagination, and the mystery around this journal, as well, is kind of something that he's been thinking about for a long time. So,
would I know what a shield guardian is?
Let me have a look.
I just kind of whisper under my breath, side quest.
Where is it? Hang on, I gotta scroll.
It could be useful. I mean, it sounds like a nice artifact that could be useful if we need it, until we can get back with it.
Yeah, I think you guys would probably have heard of shield guardians. And they are guardians that wizards and other spellcasters can actually create as a form of protection. And it's kind of almost like a construct, right? That accompanies the spellcaster or wizard through, through whatever. It's kind of a construct that's under their control. I think that's probably about all you know. Let's see, don't need that, but the journal does contain also a picture of, this is the page that that Wakanga is flipping to, contains a picture of the shield guardian, and actually you know what? Here, and let me show this to you guys. And it looks kind of like that.
Shield Guardian.
Shield Guardian.
Okay.
I like one of those.
Be pretty handy, right?
I'll take two.
So let's see. So it contains a picture of the Shield Guardian, and also contains a picture of what Wakanga describes as the amulet to control him.
So the Shield Guardian's name was Vorn.
Shield Guardian's name was Vorn, yeah.
And there's an amulet that can control him.
Yeah. So Wakanga says that this is really interesting to him. And he says he thinks that it would be super useful for you as well, but that in exchange for the journal, he would like you to consider, when you're done with your journey, of course, he'd like you to consider trying to find the amulet and bringing it back to him. He says he can show you where they found the journal, and perhaps you from there will be able to find the amulet itself. And in return, actually, for bringing the amulet back to him, he offers you a spell book containing a good number of, he says, a good number of very high quality spells. It's like he says he is absolutely certain would tip the scale, of your of the journey ahead of you in your favor. So would make life much easier for you, he says. If you find the amulet and return it to him, then he will be able to provide you with this spell book.
Forgive me for asking, but do you know what happened to the owner of the journal?
He does not. No.
Do you have much hope that the Shield Guardian's intact, then?
He says, well, considering... And Wakanga is, he is the prince who manages kind of magic and arcana within Port Nyanzaru. So you can kind of trust him to have some knowledge in this area. And he does feel like the construct would still be standing. He says it's difficult to destroy that kind of magic.
I'm just curious what could have befallen the previous owner if the Shield Guardian wasn't able to protect him. Or her.
Maybe they had two Shield Guardians.
But we'll consider your offer. Thank you very, very kindly.
Okay, so he, with this in mind, he offers to mark on the map for you. Let me see if I can do this. He offers to mark on the map for you the location of Born. So you should, I think this is, hopefully I'm doing this right.
Oh,
yep, showed up.
Okay, perfect. So that is Born. So that's where they found the journal.
I see.
I'm sure that's totally on the way.
Well, we just need to wait for Azaka to show.
That's true.
Okay. And he says as well, actually, coincidentally, you see Azaka arriving as well. But Wakanga is still kind of talking to you as well. And he says, are you sure, he says, that you have everything you need? He says, the jungle can be a dangerous place, he says. As the prince who oversees magical activity within Port Nyanzaru says I could offer you a discount should you decide to purchase some magical healing to aid you upon your way.
That would be greatly appreciated, perhaps in the future. Currently, our funds are tied to payment of our guide. Once we maybe find something and are able to exchange for further goods, it would be definitely a thing that we would appreciate. In other words, I'm broke.
P.S. I have no money.
That is why we're going into the jungle.
Exactly, to go find money. Fortune and glory.
Fortune and glory.
And I just realized this place is called Ataz Muhaha.
Yeah, I just saw that. Before we leave, I do, since we kind of I don't know, we don't really have a healer. I forgot to grab healing potions while we were in the market.
And actually, that's kind of what Wakanga's offering you.
Yeah.
What's
his discount?
He's offering you basically a discount on healing potion.
How big of a discount?
Suppose we should get some.
I've got like.
Yeah, I'll ask him what he is offering. What kind of wares is he offering?
So he could offer you like a simple healing potion for 50 gold.
Ooh.
Which is
Ow!
fairly significantly discounted, I think.
How about 49 gold and silver pieces?
If I'm lucky, I could afford a mending kit.
I can buy one, but we're gonna have to play rock, paper, scissors if we need it in middle of battle.
Really? It doesn't... Oh, whatever.
Well, you guys would be familiar with the fact that I do have some minor healing spell that I can do, but it's very limited use.
Being a bard,
Oh, I have
any
one
kind
too.
of bartering spells. Come on.
Not those that you really want to use on a prince. Unless you're evil.
Hang on 1 second.
I can do a healing word, so
Me as well, yeah.
This... Hang on 1 second.
perhaps we don't need the potion as much.
Well, it's more like if we go down, she's going to need to be able to revive one of us. More or less, when we go down, she's going to be... Otherwise, if she can't, then, well, dinner is served.
Okay. So you guys are hanging tight with your healing bard? Is that...
Hanging tight with my money.
As broke. Well,
Fair enough.
when you ask for 50 gold pieces, as broke.
Okay. Right, and yeah, Azaka is kind of standing behind Wakanga, and you can see she's geared up. She's got her pack. She's got different clothing on, much more durable kind of looking clothing this time, and she looks ready to rock and roll.
Okay. I'm not wearing my fancy clothes, by the way. I'm wearing my adventuring clothes, which are basically the same, just more durable.
Yeah, you can see Azaka has a scimitar on her side. She also has a longbow across her back. Yeah, she's ready to go.
Okay. Well, welcome. I'm glad you showed up. Should we get going?
Actually, before we go, could she show us where, like a general journey direction on the map, perhaps, we'll be going?
Yeah, she says we'll travel along the river's edge as much as we can.
The river is Ocean Star?
Says no, we'll cross through the jungle to get to Ocean Star. She says that first we'll be traveling down River Tiriki.
Oh. And then crossing over. Actually, where's the measuring thing? So we'd be going like down the river here,
Mm-hmm.
and then crossing over to River Ocean Star at some point.
Yep. She says we can cross over there, or if you prefer to return to Port Nyanzaru in between, we can also do that.
Okay. And where is her quest?
You're asking it to mark where Firefinger is? Is that...
Yes, that's it.
So where the skull and crossbones are?
Firefinger. Yeah. Which one? Writing details.
Mark.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I was writing things down. Where is it? Oh, gotcha. Firefinger. Oh, so would we be going all the down here and then to Firefinger, and then after that we'd cross over to River Ocean Star?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Well, at least she didn't just point to the jungle and go that way.
Yeah. I'd like to ask your character, Lissa. What's your character's name again? I don't have it pulled up here.
Valia.
Valia, I'd like to ask her. Actually, I'll just do it in character. Valia, would you mind making a rough map, briefly describing our route that we intend on taking, and leaving it with the innkeep so that perhaps Elune might be able to catch up?
Sure, I'll do that. I'll walk over to the table and just kind of get a parchment and sit down real quick and scribble it out. And then I'll walk over to the barkeep and say, roll it up and tell him, if our vanishing friend comes back, can you please give this to him? And that way he knows where we are.
Yes, of course. I think he owes me some money as well, so I'll be keeping an eye out for him.
So I'll slide a silver piece over to the barkeep. Thank you.
Oh, much appreciated.
I'll come back. Okay, done. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
As am I.
All right. So you set out from the tavern, and Wakanga is kind of waving as you travel off.
Bye. 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 No, not you, Pug. Go on.
Take you over to Port Nyanzaru just for a moment so I can show you the exit from the city. You guys have been traveling kind of, hang on, let me scroll over a little bit. You're over by the Red Market, right? Red Bazaar. And you've been traveling kind of up this. I said, oh wait, I'm on the. Oy.
Sorry, I'm trying to zoom out right now.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm trying to. You've been traveling like up this direction most of the time.
Oh, down here.
Yeah, so you guys are here. Oh, you guys are here-ish. Oh, and you've been traveling most of the time. You've been kind of going like there. Most of the time you've been traveling like up this direction. Right? Mm-hmm. This time instead, for the first time, you don't go that way. Instead,
why would we? What is waiting for us?
Well, this is the river down here, right? Or the mouth of the river, Tashiki, or.
Sorry, I didn't see where you pinged.
Down south, bottom left.
Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is the mouth of the river.
Yeah. So Azaka motions you to travel. She says, you're going to be exiting the city through this gate here. So you can see around the main city is a wall, fairly significant wall to keep the wild of the jungle at bay somewhat. Also gives them a retreat, gives Chultons a retreat if something crazy does come towards Port Nyanzaru. So you're going, for the first time you're actually exiting beyond the wall and going through this gate here by Turkey Anchorage. So you had, first, you had, I think that is actually south, because I think this map has...
It is, yeah. North is this way.
Yeah. So you had actually south, which is going towards the left on your map.
Down this.
And walk through this area. And you can see that there's quite a bit of residential stuff going on here. Doesn't seem, and the houses that you've seen within the city are a lot better kept, and kind of people of higher kind of rank and income. The houses outside of the wall are quite different. People of lower income. And you do see actually, as you go under the gate, through the gate, there are stationed on the gate guys with these fairly large kind of, they look like they're made from like a trike horn or something like that. Basically like giant horns that they could, blow to sound an alarm. So,
Okay.
So there are folks, keeping an eye on the jungle as you go through the gate. And as you stop me if you guys want to do anything, otherwise I'll just keep going and going. But as you exit, keep traveling further away from the main city there. You do see that this area actually seems to be kind of the dino training grounds. You can see like these pieces here. These is all where you see there's all kinds of dinosaurs in these holding pens, or arenas, if you will, and there's various training activities going on for them. And then off to the east, kind of down here, you hear all kinds of noises from the harbor. Some fairly shifty people around this particular harbor. Look like they're not particularly interested in you knowing what they're up to. So it's a slightly different feeling in this part of town for sure. Especially once you get to those dino kind of arenas, there's the general odor of dino training grounds from these areas. I mean, imagine like a horse barn times 20, and that's kind of what you get. But yeah, I mean, you follow the path past all of these arenas and out of the main kind of civilized part of Port Nyanzaru. So the jungle is ahead of you.
I did notice this one more unique looking building right here. Was there anything special about that, or just no?
It does seem like it's a bit more like it's somebody important, resides there.
Okay.
And is probably the one building in this area that is closest to the houses and buildings that you saw within the city. You do see kind of people standing out front, conducting various business. But it's not like signposted, what it is exactly.
Okay, cool. Jungle.
Jungle. No worries. Okay, so you head into the jungle. Okay.
Fade away.
So, what's that?
Fade away.
Yeah. Let me just make sure I haven't done anything. Okay, so a little bit of out of game talk here, or out of character talk, should I say? What we're going to do, because these are kind of vast distances that you're going to be covering, right? If there's something specific that you want to do during a day's travel, then please let me know. Otherwise, what I'll be doing is seeing kind of what you run into as you're traveling. So this is kind of, how we're going to work the wilderness travel, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Also need to pay attention to kind of food and water as well. These are important elements of the jungle. And yeah. You can decide kind of how fast you want to move, right? And Azaka will kind of follow your lead on this. So if you want to keep up like a pretty fast pace, then you're probably going to average about 15 miles a day. If you want to go at like a normal pace, then you probably get about 10 miles a day in. So So you might think, well, I could probably walk more than 10 miles a day myself. But the reason that these distances are kind of reduced versus like a normal humans is because you are traveling through jungle. The temperatures are high. The humidity is high as well. So it's pretty kind of arduous travel, shall we say.
That's all right. I've got my leather armor on to help me stay cool.
Right.
Gross.
That's going to smell so good when you get back. Alright, we don't have to worry so much about navigation at the moment because you do have Azaka with you, so you don't need to worry too much about getting lost. So then, then we can kind of proceed into the jungle. So for the first day then, I am going to...
I would presume, by the way, that we would be going at a normal pace, as we're unfamiliar with the territory that we're going into. And perhaps later on we can determine if we want to move faster or slower as we go. That cool?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. Oh, I forgot I did this.
What'd you do?
I turned the 3D dice on.
Oh.
I'm like, why isn't it rolling? Oh, that's right. I have to click and drag. Okay. So, actually, the first day, as you're entering, kind of, actually, let's switch back over to the map itself. Oh, except I need to take you guys over there as well. Probably that would be quite handy. Switch back to the map. So the first day, as you kind of proceed into the jungle, the terrain isn't quite as difficult, actually. So if you want to kind of, actually, hang on one sec. I want to grab, there's a token that I want to grab to make life a little bit easier in tracking where you are. Okay, so should be able to grab this now. Ooh. Nope, not that one. This one. Okay. So now we've got this handy little kind of party card token that we can grab and place to track your movement throughout the area.
Cool.
Yeah, does that show up for you guys okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
I just want to kind of zoom in a bit more as well. Okay. Alright, so leave the city, and as you can see, like the first day, the jungle isn't too difficult. So within the first day, you're able to move, and you'll be on this side of the river so far, able to move a couple of hexes kind of down there, and nothing of any particular consequence happens. In the evening, the rain does kind of begin to set in, and as you guys actually, I mean, do you want to set up as well, like a typical kind of marching order, or
Sure.
like, as you guys are traveling, kind of, do you fall into a specific order, or does it change as you go, or what you kind of thinking?
I'm probably always going to follow. I don't know why I can never remember the names of the actual characters. Yes.
It's all right. Same
This
here.
is why I used Callisto.
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of be ahead a little bit. I would assume that, you know.
I'll either be in front with Valia or directly behind her.
Okay. And the Zaka is up ahead of you as well. So yeah, the first day you don't get into particularly dense jungle, and you're able to make good progress without anything particular happening. Is there when you kind of break for camp in the evening. Azaka, breaks out her gear. She's got like a small kind of cover that she sets over a bedroll. It's just basically a canvas that she stretches and ties between some trees and sets over her bedroll. She doesn't. She says that traveling with a wet bedroll is difficult. So she's not interested in that. But the rain does kind of pick up, and yeah. I mean, anything particular you want to do for the evening's respite?
I set up our expensive rain catcher.
Hold on. Yeah, you're able to refill everybody's water skin from
our 5-pound rain catcher.
Yeah, so everybody's able to replenish their water supplies, so no water is partaken. Now, do you want to always depend on your rations, or do you want to try and do any hunting while you're out in the wilderness?
Might as well try to hunt at night, well, or even on the way. If we can have a little lizard or something for dinner.
Yeah, a little gecko over the fire.
I was gonna say rabbit, but I can't imagine there's a lot of rabbits in the jungle.
Could you, does anybody else want to hunt? Or?
I'm not a hunter. Like, no hunting skill.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I have only if I could like stab it.
I can try to keep us fed.
So Callisto, Azaka sees you this activity, and she actually is I think she's quite happy to give you a hand if you want.
Sure.
Okay, so if you want to would you make a survival check for me? Oh wow, look at that. Yes, absolutely. You're able to gather a few small kind of a few medium-sized iguanas and feed the party. So actually, nobody needs to consume their rations either. And Azaka is quite happy to be eating iguana instead of rations. So I just closed her sheet because that's what I do apparently. I'm just open that again. Okay. So the following day, let's do the same again. And Azaka is leading you in this direction. And I'll do same again. I know, right? Okay. So what are you guys kind of doing while you're traveling? Do you have like conversation, or are you trying to keep quiet, or?
We're listening to the dwarf ramble on and on.
Pretty much, yeah. He'll
bears and everything else.
Constantly start anything that he sees that reminds him of stuff that his father presumably accomplished. He would totally embellish upon and relate to the party.
Okay.
along the route, yes.
I just have my stuff. I'm just kind of sketching, rough sketch as we go along.
Cool.
We're still not at the point where we wish we would have brought a gag yet, but
I'm just going to turn these 3D dice off. Go away, 3D dice. I don't want
give us a couple more days.
Just don't learn the silence spell. It would kill him.
Probably just make small talk with Azaka.
Yeah. Constantly keeping a lookout for anything of interest or that might lead us to, other stuff. But right now I imagine that we're on very familiar territory since we're still very close to town.
Mm-hmm. So as you're kind of later in the afternoon, actually, as you're hang on 1 second, let me check one thing quick here. Okay. As you're approaching kind of late afternoon, guys have kind of fallen into kind of a rhythm. There's a little bit of chatter going on and what. And suddenly Azaka like holds up her hand because she's out in front a little bit, or she's at least at the front of the group. She holds up her hand like this and like is motioning you to be quiet. And she seems to be she crouches down a bit, so she's like taking cover.
I silence myself and imitate the same thing that she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, what? Look around.
Get ready to draw my sword.
Okay. How about you, Callisto?
Yeah. Although I was tempted to put my hand over the dwarf's mouth, but he shut up, so it was okay.
Could you, Valia, could you make me a perception check? Okay. So you see up ahead of you, what Azaka is worried about, and it's this kind of looks like a humanoid shape, but with the head of a boar, actually. And he's pulling apart the undergrowth at the moment up ahead of you. He's not being particularly quiet about it. So that's kind of why Azaka heard him first. And so you definitely see this. And for the rest of you, Azaka immediately sees Valia. Oh, yep, sees this. And then to Ulfgar and Callisto, she kind of she points to her eyes and then points off towards where this creature is.
I look as well, as best I
Me
can.
too.
Okay. You want to give me a perception check as well?
Yes.
If you can spot him in the jungle. So Callisto, you can kind of you see some movement, but you see some movement in the undergrowth, but you're not quite sure what's making it. And
I'm no taller than the undergrowth.
You're looking at Callisto like, what? I'm not making any noise, So yeah, this is so Azaka motions to the group to proceed on, and she seems to be wanting to kind of move quite stealthily. So do you guys follow her lead, or?
I do,
Yes.
as stealthily as possible, which is probably not very stealthy.
I try to
Yeah.
be stealthy too.
Okay, so Azaka is also going to try and be stealthy. So could you guys make stealth checks as well?
Better than I expected.
Oh, I was expecting that to go to a 1. That was close.
I know, yours is like drama rolls. You wait for it and you're like, okay.
Well, I've got the 3D dice, so you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it doesn't seem to notice you at all. And as you're moving past it,
Take note, folks, this is the stealthiest we're ever going to be in the entire campaign.
This is what you see as you're moving past it.
God, it's man, bear, pig.
It sure is. This is what you see
That's
rummaging
creepy.
around in the undergrowth.
Okay. It's a hairier, grayer version of me with a hammer. Yeah.
A slightly different nose than you do.
Slightly.
different snoot.
Do I know what these are? Like, have I ever seen one before?
Hang on. You might have, actually, given how much time you spent kind of in the wilderness, how much time you spent, like out there, away from urban areas. You might have seen one of these before, yeah.
What
I'm
about?
going to assume I've never seen one since, you know, it was swampy and then into cities, so...
Do I know whether they're dangerous or not? Or how much?
They are. You think that they are a little dangerous. You feel like the three of you, or the four of you, could definitely take him. You're like, we could take him. And you also, overall, you have a sense of this thing not being particularly nice at all, and like just the nature of it is kind of goes against your own nature somewhat. Yeah, it's not. There's no compassion in this being at all.
Well, I don't know that I've ever experienced one of these before, so I just pretty much react in the similar way that Azaka does to this thing, and watch and let her kind of take the reins of it, of the situation.
Anybody else want to do anything different?
Well, I don't know what she's doing.
I just kind of, like, elbow her a little bit, point to my spear, point to the pig guy, and then to my mouth, like making an eating motion, and nod my head yes.
Oh, you're doing this to Azaka? You're showing me?
Yeah. Like, basically, like, do you want to attack that? And then we can eat it later.
She kind of shrugs, like, that could be tasty.
I just shrug and, you know, move on behind her. It's like, okay, well, you know, if you change your mind.
Yeah, I mean, well, she's definitely showing you how to kind of stealth past him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only one. We don't see any more so far.
It's only one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I say we can. I think I should continue trying to stealth past it, but unless somebody else just goes after him, then I guess I'll have to get in the fight.
Right. Ulfgar would pretty much be kind of like implying that, you know, just kind of like nudging his head, like, you know, this isn't what we're here for, you know.
Kind of sigh quietly and put my head down and keep walking.
At the same time, Ulfgar, you definitely feel like this is kind of almost an abomination, you know, that should really not be present on kind of the face of
I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it yet. I rolled a natural 1 for my perception, so I'm still like in the shrubs, just being quiet, being like, come on, let's go.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry,
No.
Would I have seen it? I don't know.
No, you're right. I mean, you rolled a natural 1. I think Azaka is kind of showing you at some point, but she's like, it's right there, you know. But
How stealthily can I pick up the dwarf over the so he can see? Granted, I am only 5'2" as well, but
boost him up over the underground.
I bring my own box. Thank you very much.
I'd probably have a better chance of like lifting him up by like his scruff of his like vest or something.
Grab
and
him
being,
by
like,
the scruff and
like there.
And Azaka is she, like I said, while she's showing you how to get past it, she has no preference whatsoever whether you kind of take it on or whether you proceed to sneak around it.
I don't know how to communicate to her without making noise. With the questions that I would have. Yeah, I guess I would still keep nudging us to get out of earshot of this thing.
Okay. So then, so if nobody's kind of going to make a run for it, then you've all made, successful stealth rolls, so you can definitely sneak out of earshot of it.
At that point, I pretty much ask Azaka, do we have any danger of this thing or more of its kind following us?
She says, we're in the jungle. Says there is
answered
always
everything.
danger.
Do they travel in packs?
Not typically.
What would it be? What? I guess I just don't want to have to constantly look over my shoulder if this thing's going to come and try and attack us at night.
It didn't seem to notice us.
It's true, but I haven't exactly been covering my steps.
I doubt it's going to make any attempt to track us, she said.
Is it a stupid beast?
It's not stupid, but it seems to be busy with its own business.
Well, we need to be prepared for anything at this point. So, I mean, I'm willing to kill a pig and eat it.
It sounds like she really wants to have this for dinner. So,
but I'm sure there's plenty of things in the jungle for us to kill and eat.
I can't see. I've seen a pig man before, but if you're that hungry, I'm sure there are other things we could find for you.
besides, I'm not sure how much I want to eat the man part of the man bear pig.
Exactly.
Slightly cannibalist.
Yeah.
Cannibal tendencies there.
Like, I'm pretty much like excited to go in the jungle, to, because she's like, there's threats and everywhere. Being a berserker, I'm just kind of like, yeah, let's fight something, beat up something. So I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Well, if it's any consolation, Ulfgar would be quiet at this point.
Yeah, I meant barbarian, not berserker. I'm sorry.
Close enough.
Okay. So, then, sorry, is the consensus then to continue on?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't feel right about sneaking up on this thing or just charge attacking it.
So then, the rest of the day passes without incident. There's kind of an air of tense or tenseness around the group as you for the next hour or so as you move away from the man bear pig guy. So yeah, I mean, you move away from him, and after a while, you kind of get back into your previous rhythm for a few hours more before you break for camp in the evening.
Okay.
All right. Looks like I gotta go get us some dinner since we failed to get it before.
Do you want to do some more hunting?
Yeah. Unless tried to avoid using the rations.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Azaka will give you a hand as well, so you can. So when you get assistance like this from somebody, that's a lot of perception rolls. When you get assistance like this from somebody, it means that you can have advantage on there. So you know how when you guys are rolling things, there's always two numbers. Mm-hmm. So having advantage means you can take the higher number. So in this case, the 13. And yeah, that you're not quite as successful as the previous night, so it's more kind of like one smallish iguana to share instead of like the previous 3 medium iguanas. So, but still, depending on how much you want to eat, I guess you could still get away with not using a ration.
I guess I could take first watch if we're gonna sleep. Are we sleeping? Or...
Yeah, do you want to take watches?
Sure.
We probably should.
Yeah.
Deeper we get in there.
Okay.
By the way, just before you go on your little hunting venture, I'd kind of hum a hunting tune to you.
Should have done it before I went. We would have been lucky.
No, that's what I meant. Before you go on your little hunting trip, because you're doing that now, right? Or
oh yeah, I rolled, but go ahead.
Oh, you already rolled. I'm sorry. I
That's
totally
all right.
missed that you rolled that. Okay, never mind.
I still want to hear you sing.
No. I said hum.
Welcome to the job.
No. Yeah, I'll totally go big hair. It's appropriate for him, right?
Yeah, you see, like, suddenly Ulfgar starts backcombing, gets Aquanet out, and he's just like...
Doing a little head bang.
Yeah.
Don't forget to spray it upside down.
Yeah. And he throws up the bullhorns and starts just rocking out.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a first watch.
Okay. So...
I'll be second.
Okay. Alright. Then let's do... okay. Well, let's do one at a time. Actually... Okay, so first watch is Valia. Okie doke. We can get rid of that guy, he was resolved. The other thing I want to mention, kind of out of character as well, is that just because you guys didn't take that werebore doesn't mean that the situation wasn't resolved. So so you still, when all's kind of said and done, you still still gain experience from it. That's the phrase I was looking for.
What? It's not a video game?
Okay. Actually, I'm going to re-roll that because that makes no sense whatsoever.
How do we keep track of and gain experience?
I do.
Okay, never mind.
It's a secret.
There's a roll that I really want to get for random encounters, and it's not.
Red Dragon. Elder Red Dragon, right?
So partway through your watch value, you do hear movement in the undergrowth.
Okay, can I guess, roll perception to see if I see anything?
Sorry, say again. Moment.
Can I roll perception to see if I can see anything?
Yeah, definitely. Go for it.
Oh, 13. Eh.
You can see the general area that it's coming from, but you're not sure what it is.
Okay, I kind of back up close to the camp and kind of nudge everybody with my feet, like, hey, there's something out there, and I'll pull my spear and shield out. Javelin and shield. Just in case.
Okay.
I pop up and grab my scimitar.
Okay.
I just kind of roll low. No,
You're like,
no, I'll get up and draw my rapier.
I'll kind of whisper to Zaka, there's something, I can hear something stirring around out there.
Okay. So she gets up and grabs her scimitar.
Doo-doo.
Can I see anything?
Does anybody have night vision by chance?
Yes,
I have dark vision.
I do.
Y'all'd be better at seeing something than I would.
Yeah, have a go. Anybody who wants to have a look, just roll a perception for me, see if you can spot.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
That dramatic roll.
All these shrubs everywhere. Doggone it.
Blinded by the smoke from the campfire.
Well, so you definitely see there's a dinosaur out there that is in amongst the undergrowth and is rooting around, and actually
Is it a trike?
Is not a trike, it's a bipedal dinosaur. Looks kind of like actually a bit like a larger like a slightly larger velociraptor.
Oh, that's not good.
And actually, it picks its head up and... Hang on one sec, let me just...
Valia, can you can't see in the dark normally, can you?
No.
I whisper
Okay.
really, really quietly to whoever's closest to me. It's a dinosaur. Not a good one. looking this way.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it spotted you, actually. Let's go. Azaka
Ulfgar's
pulls
kind
out
of
her
like motioning for you to
scimitar
come back.
and takes a stance ready to take this thing on. She's like, if it's already spotted us, there's no point in running. There's no way we'll outrun it. We should take it on.
I take one of the sticks from the fire, which I'm sure it's like smoldering at this point, and I'll use prestidigitation to just relight it for a torch and hold that in my offhand.
Okay. Alright, so at this point, actually we should roll initiative. Oh, the first initiative roll of the adventure!
It only took 3 sessions.
Hey,
Alright, where is my initiative? There it is. Alright. Turn order. Oh.
And actually, I'm going to... let me scoot this guy down a bit. We have like a vanilla battle map.
Boom.
So we can...
get rid of that werebore, that's very confusing.
What's that?
I was just trying to get rid of the werebore image that I had. Whoa.
And I'm just going to try and find this token quickly. Hopefully it won't take me too long.
Actually, I need to zoom out a little bit more. There we go. Got a little bit of a playing field.
All the dinos are together.
Dinos?
That's good.
What?
What? Eh?
You used you used an S.
No, I mean like...
You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Yeah, hang on. Let me put your tokens there.
Well, I don't know. It's just like, why is it telling me this?
We went too fast.
Let me grab this.
Is it a werebore pig? Man.
It is not a werebore pig. Werebore pig.
Man, bear, dinosaur.
Also not a man bear dinosaur.
Is it a dino man?
Okay. So you should have, and let me grab Azaka's as well. Sorry.
Let me zoom in a little
think she's
bit.
on this page. She sure is. Ooh.
Look at this little guy. He's so cute. I stab it.
Rude. Okay, let me copy that and plunk that on paste.
Okay.
Alright, and there's Azaka. Okay, what? I need to zoom out a bit.
Ah, boy. Ah.
I can't see what's going on. Okay. Alright. So, so you should have control of your own tokens, by the way. But I'm not sure, I have to be honest and say I'm not sure if we can assign the initiative to those tokens now or not.
Well, there's one way to find out, right? That dino's a good distance off. That's not good for me. Yeah, that's not good. Keep
Okay,
saying
so
this turn order thing popped up again.
need to add turn. So you can add your turn. Here, I can do it.
Oh.
If you click on your character, add turn. I can probably, I bet I could have done selected multiples at a time and added everybody together.
Hey, we're all learning this at the same time here. So I'm what?
Right. So I think we can probably now. Let me grab Azaka and we'll use her as a experimental. I roll initiative now for Azaka. Ooh, she got a good initiative.
Oh, okay.
Except, why did that put that on there?
I don't know. That's very curious.
Luckily, I can manually adjust.
Okay.
So, sorry, do you guys mind, do you want to, I don't know.
I tried to
to
edit
re-roll?
mine, but it won't let me. I could just re-roll. That's cool.
Yeah, do you mind?
Nope. Wait, dramatic roll. 19. And nothing happened. It still says I'm 0.
Do you have control of your
Did
D?
you actually select your icon?
How do
You
I...
have to select, like, use the pointer and select your character, and then roll.
Let's try it again. I've got it selected. There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Doesn't count unless I'm selected.
Yeah, I'll just
Which I think was a right click for me.
plug volleys.
Oh, it fixed itself. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Now we can keep this over here.
It's a learning experience.
Yay! Okay, so first up is Azaka, actually. And let's measure how far away she is. Yeah, she can totally make that. So she's going to bust a move right up to the dino. She's not shy at all. And she's totally going to try and steal your kill. So she is going to hit it with her scimitar.
Dino Nikes.
And she does 7 damage to it, because she definitely hits with that 24. So.
Nice.
Yeah, you can just do that. And yes. Okay, there you go. And takes a chunk of its health away.
Cool.
So, Valia, you are next, I believe.
I'll move out to it. I forgot how to do that. It's the ruler, right, to move?
The ruler to measure. I think it's the pointer to move.
Yeah, the pointer to move.
So can I reach Azaka to stab her in the back? No, I can't.
I can reach it. I'm going to bite it.
Bite.
Okay. I can just picture now Valia. It's like, what are you fighting with, Valia? Do you...
A javelin and a shield.
Gotcha.
Also, I'm gonna my mouth.
She's bitey.
Very cool. So.
I think I have mine set up yet, like properly for it to do the attack and the damage.
Did I?
Wasn't the
That's for my attack, if I hit it or not.
Oh no, I closed the thing. Hang on 1 second. Oh, I see why I closed. All right.
wasn't the dinosaur supposed to go?
Yes, you're right.
Yes,
He'll
you may
go.
move my.
He'll
I can
go.
move back.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
I think your D20 still needs to have your bonus on added on. Because that's just a straight up D20 roll.
I didn't.
Oh, it didn't.
Yeah, I thought I had it set up properly, and apparently I. Let's see here.
All right, so we got what? A Deinonychus. Number 1 is going to eat Azaka or kill her so that we have some more food. Is that what's going on?
He's a little caught off guard, so that's why you guys are getting around him before it does. So, if it survives that long.
It's a D20 plus strength for mine.
Ooh.
Yep, and your proficiency bonus as well. So it'd be +5, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you probably want me to tell you if that hits or not, huh? Yes, you definitely hit it.
Okay, yeah, I'll make it 16. Okay.
Killed the baby dino. See, you didn't need to go on that, like, survival excursion. We just bring this guy with us now.
6 points of damage.
Cool. Okay. So it takes another -6. Another chunk of his life taken. Right, Callisto.
Okay, so I need a little help here on what well, I can't actually get to it, so I just move then?
You could move and like hold your action, or you could move and make some kind of ranged attack.
I'll move and try a... well...
yeah, or move and cast.
So I move. The only spells I have... well, I can speak with animals.
Yeah.
How do you like being stabbed? Is this comfortable for you?
I mean, you could speak with animals and tell it to run, or, intimidate it, or...
yeah, I'll try intimidating it.
Okay.
I just click on the spell, right?
Speak with animals, I'm pretty sure... yeah, let's... if you don't mind clicking on it, then it should give us a description so that we know... knowledge and awareness, beast can give you... okay, yeah, so you cast the spell, and you have no reason to believe that anything is preventing you now from talking to this dino. So if you want to kind of try and persuade it, or intimidate it, then you could...
I'll try to intimidate it.
Okay. So you should have an intimidate skill on your sheet. Let's see. Intimidate. Oh, okay. It doesn't entirely look convinced. Well, you know what though? I mean, having taken damage, it looks kind of ready to bolt now. So it's not making any movement to do so at the moment, but it definitely is like on a knife's edge about whether it's going to stay or run. Okay.
Okay. That was, I think, the best I can do.
Okay. Alright, Ulfgar, what are you up to?
He's just going to kind of move and kind of watch everybody's back in case there's more of them around, and he'll pretty much just take... I mean, he's taking a double move, so he can't do any other actions.
Okay. Then Azaka is going to swing at it again with her scimitar. And she misses. So finally the dino gets to go. And he is going to try to bite and claw. So he's going for Azaka. He misses with the bite. And with the claw. He is, I think he's definitely, feeling, he's all, like, disoriented. He's got, Callisto just started talking to him. He's never experienced that from a human before. And you guys are hurting him, and actually at this point, he, he misses on his attacks and currently thoroughly disoriented.
Okay, Valley.
I'm going to try to hit him with my javelin.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep, definitely hit. Wow, nice.
Holy crap.
Yeah. This dino is on. Ooh, except don't double click. Oh, and that takes him down, actually. That finishes Sir Dino there. Minus 13.
Well, that was a really strong stab with that javelin.
Is it this one? No. So, dead dino. You guys finish
Dinner.
him.
Nice. Yeah. I was about to say.
Late night snacks.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dinosaur your javelin hit is pretty hard there. It penetrates right into the dino's torso, and then he kind of slumps to the ground, and you see the life just fade from him, and blood just kind of gushes from the wound and pools on the ground.
Okay.
I just look at it and say, survival of the fittest, sorry.
Alright. So Azaka kind of, she swishes the blood off her blade, and then wipes it and resheaths it and heads back over to her bedroll. And Valley, she gives you like a nod of like respect,
Yeah, nod back. I'm like, so do we want to keep this, or you just want to leave this here?
I have no idea how big this thing actually is in relation to us.
Let's see if we've got some description on here.
I assume the blood would make other dinosaurs come to this direction, so perhaps we should get up and move.
No, that's not a problem. I put the torch out on the wound, and I use prestidigitation to clean the area up so that the blood isn't there anymore.
Okay.
I just shrugged. I was like, okay, back to the fire, because we don't want to be out here in the dark.
Is it time for another shift of watch, or are we taking turns every night? Like, is it nightly, or...?
It depends on how long we're going to rest.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't traveled that long, so really we shouldn't need too long of a rest.
And I don't need to replenish any of my spells, so I'm fine taking a watch as well, so that's not a problem.
Yeah,
I don't help us take a watch as well.
So, any idea how big this critter was?
Yes, it's a little bit bigger than a velociraptor, so...
Oh, wow. So that would be a bit difficult to carry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Azaka says, I'm surprised it was by itself.
Oh! Perhaps it's... I think we're probably glad that it was by itself, too. Maybe it was sick. Pack creatures, from my experience, pack creatures that are alone are usually sick.
She says, that seems possible.
I said, well, I'm not really the expert, and I just point at Callisto and just kind of walk and sit back down by the fire.
I don't know anything about dinosaurs, only mammals and birds.
Azaka doesn't seem bothered at all. She's like ready to get back to sleep. She says,
Well, if she's not bothered, then yeah. Unless somebody wants me to relieve them for watch, I'll just go back to bed.
Vali, you're continuing your watch, yes? Or are you done with it?
Yeah, I can continue.
Okay. Then I'm fine leaving the dino there. We could harvest some meat off of it in the morning. No need to, like, make a mess and a stink just before we head out, so...
Okay. Alright, so you guys settle back in to sleep, and Valia, where's my mouse? Keep watching.
Are you talking in your sleep?
All we hear snoring grandfather bears.
And the rest of your Valia passes without incident.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Then my watch, right?
I mean, it's up to you guys.
I was assuming we were splitting it, so she'd actually be able to get some sleep. Ooh. Sorry.
Sleep is good?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's what I meant when I was saying I would take second watch. I was meaning like that I'd be splitting it with her.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so actually, Ulfgar, you watch for, I mean, are you watching like for 3 hours each? Is that kind of, you think it's...
Yeah, that's probably a good watch.
Sure, whatever would be convenient, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Azaka says, it had said that she would take a watch as well, so you could definitely wake her for a few hours at the end, so you could get a little bit more yourself.
Okay.
But Ulfgar, your watch passes without incident as well. Yeah, and then let's see if anything happens for Azaka. And Azaka's watch is without incident as well. So you guys can wake fairly refreshed in the morning and ready to go.
Without incident, you say, huh?
Without incident. You do notice that she's got kind of dino blood all over her face, and when you look at the dino, there's big chunks missing. No, I'm just kidding. She helped herself. Are you guys, you do anything with it, or you want to...
Well, I'd like to harvest meat off of it in the morning so that we can just, package it up and take it with us. And, add more to our food supply.
Okay. Yeah, do you have anything that you're going to package it up with?
Yeah, you're going to have to eat it now, or if you don't have preservatives.
I'm trying to picture you like...
Well, I imagine we'll eat it tonight, so...
Have it for breakfast.
Right, so probably have some for breakfast. I'll just cook a bit up.
Okay.
And I just keep it in a bag. Because I've got an extra bag. Got 2 extra bags.
So Azaka's taking you further kind of down the river here. And let's see. And the following day actually also passes without incident. So you guys can travel another hex. You're keeping normal pace still? Everybody's kind of happy with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you travel another hex. Nothing much particular happens. And do you want to do watches again in the evening? Or
Sure, I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
Since I didn't do any watch last night.
Well, you had a spell to recover.
Okay. And actually, Callisto, you don't, nothing alarms you during your watch.
Okay.
Who's next?
I guess I'll take second.
Okay.
I'll sleep this time.
It's a good rotation.
Yeah.
Yep, nothing alarming occurs either.
It's probably a good thing.
While you're in the jungle as well in the evening, the kind of noises around you are almost deafening as the sun sets, because all of the bugs kind of come to life, and there's a cacophony of kind of animal noises and bird noises and insect noises as you're falling asleep in the evening. But yeah, nothing happens. Let's see. And who's taking the last watch?
Azaka.
Oh, Azaka. She's been volunteered.
Yeah, pretty much. 3 people on shifts, and 1 person gets to sleep full each night. So.
Okay. All right. Hang on 1 second. Let me see what this is.
Excuse me. Oh, would you have done a hunting effort again?
Oh, yes. Unless you had lots of leftover meat. It's still good.
Probably
But you
not
can't
still
manage.
good, but plenty left.
Yes, I'll do a hunting.
Ugh.
You might be able to use it as a lure. I don't know.
Do I get 22? Oh, I don't know. Did Azaka help me?
Yes, you
I
are.
would have helped you at least with a little tune, just a hunting tune, little Fredbear.
Roll Diddy. Roll Diddy.
Walk with me down the trail again.
This. Oh, okay. One moment, please. One moment, caller.
It should only last for 10 minutes, but
You've got to hunt super fast.
right. I mean, I don't know
Speed
if it
hunting.
would have been that helpful or not, but I figure why not? You know, try and give you a little inspiration before we go to bed. So
That's a good call. Aha.
so far, this jungle's not so bad. Then suddenly the red dragon shows up. Oh, he's been eating all the other encounters. That's why.
He's just going around eating arms of dwarfs, that's all.
Oh no! Oh no! I keep my hands in my pockets.
I like we're sitting around the campfire and I'm just telling like crazy stories and like making up stuff as we go. Then the werepig came out. Poor unsuspecting camper party members, they didn't know what ate them.
Okay. So Azaka wakes you actually, and says, "We're being overrun. Quick, grab your weapons."
Oh crap!
Jump up and grab my scimitar and look around to see what she's talking about.
I got my javelin and my shield and look around.
Is it like dark still?
What the heck? What is
I
going
don't
on?
know. What the heck?
Sorry, one sec.
I'd be like, yes, we're being overrun. Look at all these bugs.
Bugs.
Grab the jar off the dwarf.
Anything but bugs. Start putting the bug repellent on.
Yeah. Okay, so
Excuse
we'll
me.
be back over here. And
Uh-oh.
do you want to kind of
Can I delete that? Yes. Let's delete that.
I got too much stuff going on. Oh my god.
I don't have anything going on, so I don't know what you're talking about. I see a dead dino.
Right. I just getting rid of said dead dino. Okay, do you want to position yourself like how where you are?
I'd imagine
So,
that there's probably a
I guess
fire.
this is your
like-
campfire here on
Oh,
Ulfgar's head.
let me let me move off of that.
This dwarf is on fire.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, Zaka wakes you. And
Whoops. Gosh, the zoom. It just goes crazy on this thing. Come on.
Yeah,
I
the
just-
zoom is nuts.
I just want to zoom out a little bit.
No,
There we go.
it's asking a lot. Just positioning.
One day my cam is not working and all the cats are up on my desk and behind
Oh.
me and in my lap.
Something funky is going on with these tokens. What? Okay, I've got
That's a lot of clicking.
those. If I got okay, I thought that. Never mind. Don't worry about it. So let me move one last thing. Okay. So could you make perception checks for me actually, and then we can see how much I should reveal to you.
Nope. Like,
Oh. Boom.
what? Groggy, what?
Oh, nice.
Double 20s.
I think she noticed something.
Yes.
She wakes up with true sight. She can see through time.
Okay, so you guys there.
Oh crap.
So you see
Giant frogs?
some giant frogs coming in.
Frog legs, anybody? Being attacked by all these
changes.
edible critters.
Oh, stop. with
Hey,
the
whoa,
frog.
whoa, whoa. This is not a toad plague. That you can. Whoa. Wow, good thing she woke us up in time.
I guess being from a swampy area, we're gonna see. I probably see frogs. We probably get them like herds of frogs.
Wow.
But not that I see them yet. But yeah.
These guys back just a tad.
Oh my gosh. They're doubled up.
Oh,
wait, what?
wait.
Oh my gosh, they're multiplying.
Why is
every,
so many?
every time
Stop
you
breeding while we're trying to get initiative.
every time you hit one, two more pop out.
They've like, for some reason, they've duplicated. So there were like stacks of 3 of them. I think it was while I was trying to like copy paste them. Oh, come on. Really? Stop it. Okay. Alright.
So there's 8 of them.
That is the correct number.
Do you want to add them to the turn order?
I'm never going to copy paste ever again.
Oh my gosh. So we're literally being attacked by frogs or frogmen or?
You are they are giant frogs. They are large amphibians. Yep.
So they're like the size of a horse? Oh my god.
They're like the size of corgis.
They're pretty big.
Giant king toads.
They are medium-sized as far as like beasts go. So
Jeez.
they're not quite horse-sized, but
Okay,
you
so
know.
they're the size that we are still, which is fun.
Alan and Callisto could ride those things.
I'm medium-sized too, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Okay.
Callisto's about medium size. She's a halfling, so. But luckily, we don't have any bite size.
So do you guys want to roll initiative? Then?
Sure.
Oh my god! Look at this. It's crazy.
Oh.
Why? Why you do this to me, giant frogs?
Delayed initiative. Boop. 15. There you go.
Rolling, but it's not popping up.
Oh, it did. I see that you have a 16.
No, that's the old one.
Oh.
Never mind. I thought I was selected, but I wasn't.
Ah.
It's 15. Giant frog. I need you to
That's
roll in.
great.
Giant frog. Oh, great. We're gonna get eaten.
The frogs are gonna attack third.
Well, Zaka didn't roll yet. Ooh,
Oh, it's her old roll. Okay.
yeah. And I forgot to have her selected. Really? Let's just do that. Oh, we have like 4 people and 15.
Everybody goes.
Seriously. How did that happen? Alright, so Valia.
Oh man.
Save us,
quite a
Valia.
few
Save us.
goes.
I just look at Azaka. I'm like, what is this? I've seen frogs before from where I'm from, but this is ridiculous. Just gonna smack one with my javelin.
Okay. Which one you going for?
It's the closest one.
She's like, I'm gonna kiss this one with my javelin.
Kiss of death.
Oh, 15. Nice.
Yep, that hits.
Just hit the up arrow and it just typed a bunch of stuff. I don't know what it did, but just totally just spammed my chat box.
Ours looks okay.
Yeah.
I still see your to hit roll of 15. That's all I see.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There we go. Fixed.
Oh wow. Okay.
A D12. What are you swinging?
Javelin, my melee attacks, a D12. And then +5 from my strength bonus.
A javelin's a D12.
My hit is D12. Melee to hit is a roll D12 +5. My hit die, right?
No. That determines your hit points.
Yeah. You
Yeah, I
slice.
looked at the wrong one.
No worries.
You slice this frog in two. He is like, yeah. You. Well, yeah, actually, I mean, it's more like you kebab. You know, the frog. You got your spear, your javelin, and you thrust forward, and the frog just kind of like, yeah, ends up skewered on it completely, and it's pretty disgusting. Its tongue lolls out of its mouth, and its jaw hangs slackly and slumps off your javelin. Pretty
Score.
gross. So Ulfgar.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to get too much there. So, bonus action. He uses his war horn that he has, like that's kind of draped over his shoulder. He just kind of pulls it up with his offhand, kind of sounds an attack, and gives inspiration to Azaka.
Oh, okay.
And then he moves forward and attacks the toad that he is up against right there.
All right.
And then, where is it? With his rapier. Delayed roll. Terrible.
You miss, unfortunately.
Yes, I do.
They're slippery. They're more slippery than they look.
Are they more frog-like than toad?
Definitely more frog-like than toad. Okay, so, and do you want to do any further? Well, I suppose not, because you're in his range now. You're all done, right?
Yep, that's me.
All right, Azaka, she pulls out her scimitar and then she does this fancy thing with it, and it breaks in two, and now she's got like one in each hand.
Oh, cool.
And,
she's gonna Jackie Chan.
Busts to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. She busts to move to take on these two here. So she swings at this guy first. Although you guys can't actually see which one I'm highlighting, so that's great. And she hits that one. And then she's going to swing actually at the same one again. See if and she finishes this one that she's...
that one. Okay.
So two like lightning fast slices from Azaka, and the frog dies. She dispatches the frog.
Okay. Frog down.
Now it's the frog's turn though. So this guy, I said this guy is going to sorry, got too much crap on my screen. Guy's gonna move up to Valia and make a
oh boy. Oh, bitey frogs. they're more accurate than me with my rapier.
So he does 2 piercing damage to you, Valia?
I am resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Okay. I think that does hit you, is that right? Or...
So that's half damage.
AC is 20, so no, it does not.
Oh, then okay, that's perfect. Yeah, so he does not hit you.
I
This
forgot
one
how effective of a tank you were.
hop over to you, Callisto. And he's also going to try and hit you. And I think he misses.
Yay.
These frogs, man. They're not so great. Then, let's see. Ulfgar. This
Here
one
comes.
is going to head over to you. So you've got 2 attacking you. 2 bites. First bite, 21 hit.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And then second bite misses. So the 21 does 4 piercing damage to you.
Okay.
And then also, it does. He's hitting you with kind of a spiky tongue, you know. That's what's doing the piercing damage. But the tongue also grapples you.
Great.
So we have an escape DC of 11. So I think you have to try and escape that on your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then this guy here is going to... Azaka has 2 attacking her, and then so the first one misses, and the second one hits. So she takes a little damage. Azaka, ouch. She takes 7 damage, and she appears to be grappled as well. And she let me, do we have a good grapple thing? Trying to see. What the heck is that?
What's a good grapple thing?
I'm trying to see, is that a grapple? What do you think?
That looks like a grapple.
Okay. Alright.
That or I'm very bright, but I'll go with grappled.
Okay. So you guys are grappled. Alright, so giant frogs are done. Callisto, it is your turn.
I am going to attack the frog that's next to me.
Okie doke.
I don't know how to do that.
What do you want to attack it with?
I just use my scimitar.
Okay. So
But I don't know if I click on it.
Try it. Click on
No,
the
I don't think I set it up.
Okay. So
No worries.
then scimitar's damage, I don't know what the is it a D8 or a D6?
The D6.
Okay, so then it's a D6 plus scimitar is also a finesse weapon, so I don't know if you're at higher dexterity or higher strength.
You have a higher dex, so you can do a roll with a +4.
There you go.
So 1d20 plus 4 to try and hit it, and then if you hit it, we can do the... That hits.
There you go.
So then do 1d6 plus... does the hit get plus strength or plus dex for finesse weapons? I forget.
Either, whichever they have a higher
Okay.
of.
Alright, so you do 1d6 plus 2 to hit. Okay. That one takes 4 damage.
Yeah, I'll have to look at somebody's after this and figure out how to set up so I can click.
Cool.
Yeah, I need to fix mine too after.
So you still have a bonus action and you can move, but you don't have to do either.
Can I attack again?
Bonus action would require a second weapon in your offhand to attack a second time. Or you could use a spell, perhaps, that might have a bonus action timing requirement. Otherwise, no.
I'll just pass. Well, actually, I'm going to move. Can I move?
Yes. If you move outside of its range, its reach, it will provoke an attack of opportunity on you. That is
No, I
fine.
was just going to move closer to be between.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Then Valia. You have.
I'm
the
going
dead body.
to. I'm going to bite the other one next to me.
You look tasty.
Just try to bite back and forth.
That definitely hits. Oof.
Nice.
Ah. Yep. That's another one.
Another toad gets the jump.
Yeah, seriously.
And then my movement, I will move closer to the door.
Okay. The frog has an interesting taste, for sure. Maybe one that might take some time to acquire. The texture as well is not great. Quite slimy.
I'm just kind of like, ugh, these don't taste like the frogs I know.
Frogs I know.
These are the frogs I know. Ulfgar.
Which one grappled me?
This one, right? That one.
Okay. So I would like to use Thunderwave.
Oh boy.
It's a 15-foot cube centered on me. So is that like where's my drawing? Draw shape. Let's try this. Is that like 15-foot cube? Like
Well, these squares are all 5 feet.
like this? Is that how it would work?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Would I be affected by my own spell?
No,
Okay.
because it's emanating from you.
Okay. So I would like to do Thunderwave, which is verbal and semantic. So he's still grappled, but he is able to perform actions and attack normally. So basically, he kind of raises his hand that had the war horn, which he just drops, and it dangles back around his body again, and he kind of just goes like this really quickly and goes foos, sort of like Skyrim there a little bit maybe, and cast Thunderwave, which let's see.
All right.
Thunderwave. If I click here, I don't know that I need to roll for this. I shouldn't need to, because it's just got a DC.
Oh, it's a they get a dex save to.
Yeah, I don't know why I need to roll for it. It just happens. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed. So
One fails.
What's that?
What do you know what the DC is?
Yeah, hold on a sec. Let me go to my spell page. It is 14.
Okay, so one fails and one succeeds.
Okay. And
So we'll say this guy fails.
it's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, sorry.
Because
I thought it was that.
it's a thunder. It's sound, so they don't get to dodge out of sound.
All right. So let me say. So the one. So this one I'm gonna roll now.
Okay.
So that one saves,
Dang it! That's the one grappling me.
and then that one.
Does not.
Wait, what was the DC again?
14.
Okay. So then this one fails.
So then I do 2d8. Let's see. Oh wait, that is the damage, isn't it? No, it's not. I need to fix that too. Roll 2d8. And wait. That's a total of 10 for the full damage and 5 for the half damage.
Okay. So this one is mostly dead. The one that failed is mostly dead.
And that makes an audible sound out to 300 feet. And it pushes the one that failed away 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Alright, so this one just in a random direction?
Pushed directly away.
Away from you?
Yeah.
So he kind of ends up like...
It's pushed 10
over
feet
here-ish?
away from you. Yep, pretty much. He would go like smashing into that guy or something. I don't know. Or into that square area. Up to you how you want to do it.
Well, I kind of feel like I feel like you were pushing like in this direction, like away from you.
It's true.
So he's gonna move.
I was the center of it. I was just trying to knock guys away from me. So.
Okay, and then this one takes... Oh, except I don't have my select on. This one takes half damage, so he takes -5. Okay. Alright, there we go.
Okay.
Do you want to try and break the grapple, or are you just going to hang out?
That takes an action to do so.
Okay, gotcha. So you used your action to put them away. Alright, so his tongue is like, his lovely slimy spiky tongue is just wrapped around your noggin at the moment. Like giving you a nice lick.
Lovely.
It's like you taste good, wolf.
Put my hand back in my pocket.
Alright, and anything else? Well, you can't move because you're grappled.
Right.
So, okay. Alright, then on to Azaka. She is also grappled, but she is just going to try and like slice this frog that is grappling her. So again, she smacks with the scimitar. She misses. She's a bit like fumbling around this giant tongue that's wrapped around.
She does have inspiration. She could add an extra d6.
Wait, is that bardic inspiration, right? Mm-hmm. Then yeah, she would do that for sure, and then that first one would hit. So she would do 6 damage to this guy. Okay. So then that's her turn. She hit with the first one, missed with the second one. That's about all she can do. So next is the giant frog's turn. We're gonna work on the one that's swinging at Callisto first. So he hits you, Callisto.
Uh-oh.
So he lashes out with his tongue and it wraps around your upper body, and you take 6 points of damage. And yeah, now you're now considered grappled as well. So he's got his tongue like wrapped around you.
Three down and 3 grappled.
So this one that's grappling you at the moment, Ulfgar, is actually gonna... It's like he's pulling you towards his mouth, basically.
Great.
Like he's got... frogs have these long tongues, right? So he's whipped this tongue out and around you. It's kind of around your neck and your head, and he's now like just pulling you in towards this giant frog mouth.
That's great.
So far as okay. So I think in this case, it's an automatic hit, right? When you're grappled, so he's just going to do his damage, right?
I thought that they would have to... I don't know. I don't... I thought it just gave people advantage to hit, but...
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do it that way. I'm fine with that. Misses somehow?
AC is 14.
Somehow the frog kind of misses.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Like, you're pulling away from his tongue, he's trying to pull you towards his mouth. It's, getting crazy. Okay, so then this guy that was badly wounded by your thunder wave, just kind of actually decides that this is all a bit much, and it's going to move with great speed off the edge of the map. He's like, screw this, I don't need this kind of hassle. That hurt a lot.
Dinner.
I'm gonna go home and try and recover from this. Then this guy that is grappling Azaka is going to try and do his damage on her. He hits and does a strong attack.
Oof.
That's minus. Okay. And then this other guy, as well as the other frog that's attacking Azaka, is also going to try and hit, but in his attempt to hit her, he actually hits the one that's grappling Azaka, and I accidentally double-clicked on that and does some damage to that one instead. It's a critical fail, so he's going to accidentally damage his friend. Friendly fire there between the frogs.
Yay! Does that mean that he's grappling his friend?
No. And that is the end of the frog's turn. So we're back up to Callisto. And Callisto currently have this giant slimy frog tongue wrapped around your upper body.
So I can't really move, can I?
You can't move, but you can still attack and cast spells.
Right, so you can't like move away from him, but you can kind of like move in place. So he's not
I can
like
still attack with my knife.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
I will do that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit though, unfortunately.
Once again, the struggle.
So he's just got you kind of contorted in such a weird fashion with his tongue that you're just not able to land the hit on him.
Okay.
That would have been. Oh,
What?
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I still do a spell?
Only if it's a bonus action or.
Oh,
less.
okay. Never mind. Then I guess that's it.
Okay. All right. Then Balia. Your frog ran away.
I'll do that. I guess I'll move to this one by Azaka, and I will bite it.
She's just, I'm gonna bite all the frogs.
Yep, that hits. You're like, it's like a bite train here because this is
God.
the frog that's biting Azaka, so it's
Wow.
biting frog that's biting, and yeah, that frog is dead. There's one dead frog. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? You've probably
As
still got some movement left if you want to.
yeah, as a bonus action, I'm gonna move over to the one that's got Valen over here. I'm gonna use my feeding frenzy.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
What is this feeding frenzy you speak of? Nice hit.
The feeding, I'm Hungry Jaws. I'm sorry, not feeding frenzy. Hungry Jaws. I can throw myself into a vicious feeding frenzy, basically. It's for a bonus action. I can, if I hit, it deals normal damage, and I gain temporary hit points, a minimum of 1, equal to my con modifier.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that hits. It's like Valia is getting a taste for these frogs after all.
Here, I don't even need to cast, like, prestidigitation to add flavor. She's just fine.
Yep, that frog is dead.
Does does 9, and I get equal to my con, which is 6.
Wow.
So I get 6 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And you're not even raging, are you?
Nope, not yet.
Valia is like a killing machine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Put my temp hit points in the red circle.
Okay, cool. Ulfgar, what would you like to do? The frog in front of you that had its tongue, and its tongue just kind of sloughs off your neck and shoulders and slides off.
I think I would like to, since I'm no longer grappled, I would like to move over here and attack this one that is currently attacking or grappling Callisto. If you'd remove my grapple icon.
I could do that.
So I'm just going to attack it with a rapier. Hui! 21. Har har. Hardy har har.
That definitely hits.
Blackjack. Alright, so damage. Oh, I gotta click on rapier. Nope. 6 piercing.
Oh, that's exactly the hit points it had left.
Nice.
So another dead froggo.
So
You guys are mean.
So she's no longer grappled. We're no longer grappled.
Yay!
Yay!
One frog left.
One frog left. All right. So I think is that everything for you, Elfgar?
I'll give another inspiration to Azaka and blow my horn at her.
Well. All right. Azaka will take it because she's getting quite sick of these frogs. All right. So, but she swings with her scimitar and hits.
Nice.
Once. And that was a D6, right? She gets on that.
1d6 to attack if she wants, not to damage. It's either to a save or
well,
attack.
You know what? She can she hold on to that? Is that like
For up to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's either ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, she finishes this frog without too much further effort, swings at it, and it is also dead. So, all the frogs are dead.
Wow.
And she spends quite a bit of time cleaning slimy frog blood and guts from her blades.
I'd press the digitation people clean. If they'd let me, I would.
Slime from the frog tongue all over you. And,
yeah. I'd start with myself, but... Wow.
Okay.
How is everybody doing are there any injuries?
Nope. Not for me.
Yeah, I took some.
I think Callisto took 6 points of damage, and Azaka took a couple of hits as well.
How's Azaka doing? I'd like to make a medicine check just to see how people are doing in the group, so I could potentially heal if needed.
Sure.
And I don't know if we were at the end of our rest or if we were at the beginning of it with this encounter.
I think Azaka had taken last watch, hadn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you were right at the end.
Medicine. Blurb. 9. I have no idea. The average roll to find out how people are doing in the party.
Yeah, I mean, from that you can't really gain much more than I told you already.
How does Azaka look when you say she took a couple of hits?
I mean, she's a little bit damaged, but not significantly.
Okay. And Callisto, are you a little bit damaged but not significantly, or more so?
More than half.
Okay. Then I'd use my other first level spell of Healing Word and cast that on her. I don't know how this is going to show up in chat, so let's find out, shall we? Yeah, I don't know why it does a 1d20. I need to fix that, but I should be able to click on it. Level 1. There you go. 5 hit points are healed on you.
Nice.
I suppose I could do it against Azaka. Spread the
Spread the love. It's entirely up to you. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But
She's got like a kind of, it almost looks like a giant rash, but it's where the tongue of the frog did like a line of piercing across her. Like it looks pretty gross, but she doesn't look too much the worse for wear for it.
I'll go ahead and just cast it on her anyway.
Okay. So that's so you roll a d4 plus. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
Well, if you click on the word healing word, it should.
Ah, yes. Okay.
In the chat. There you
8.
go.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Maximum heal.
Right, and that, oh my gosh. I have to stop double clicking on this.
Stop double clicking.
Okay. So that gets her almost back up to full, but not quite. But she's quite happy with that. So,
Okay.
and she thanks you. She's very grateful for that. Appreciates it. And yeah, you see her like she's kind of like wiping the slime off as well. So
I guess at this point, I just kind of like gather all the bodies and pile them up or something. No.
I'll just leave it. We're just leaving a trail for Elune.
trail of corpses.
I might like hack off a few legs.
Breakfast!
Yeah, pretty much. Just thinking like, hey, cook these up. I hear they taste like chicken.
Just give him a warning. They have a really bad taste. I'm just gonna tell you now.
Oh, my father, he taught me a really good toad recipe. You'll like it.
I've eaten plenty toads, but not like this.
Oh, no, you haven't. It's a special recipe. When they're this size, it's especially good. So seriously, he'd cook it up, and he'd press the digitation it to add flavor to it.
I see.
It's a very handy spell. Multi-purpose. Especially good in jungles. Because, man, it kept those toads away from me.
So, yeah, Azaka will try a little if you're offering.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Excuse me, sorry. Definitely.
Yeah, she's not quite sure what to make of it. She's like, I've seen these things before, but I've never eaten one. And she looks kind of disgusted at the prospect, but...
Wolfguard, well, typically they're not this size. I mean, I had one once that was... And he holds up both of his hands. He goes, I could fit it like this in my hands, but... that was big back home where I come from. He was talking about the actual entire toad frog.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not one of its legs, which is now fitting this big.
Right. Like, pretty old. Yeah, it's bigger than...
Everybody's got their own drumstick now.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like leg of lamb, you know, size instead of frog size.
All right.
Okay.
I'm up now. It's the last, the end of the shift, so I figure we might as well just get an earlier move on the day. And
Yep, guess it's time to pack up and go.
Yeah. So let's move back to a map here, and then we can make some more progress on the journey.
Zooming in. Whoop.
Yeah, that's something I wish Roll20 would do, is like remember the zoom for the page. That would be nice. Okay, so yeah, Azaka leads you on another day.
Another day, another 5 gold. And we're feeding her too, boy.
Do you want to do any hunting actually while you're traveling?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I mean, I take a couple frog legs with me so we could have some food, but might as well keep going with it, right?
Okay. Yeah, Zaka will help as well. Ooh,
Oh, nope.
snake eye.
Ouch!
Yeah, I guess, yeah, frog legs.
Frog legs for dinner!
The frog scared everything off. That's why.
Yeah.
Might also been the loud noises I was making.
Loud noises. Yeah, so the day actually, though, passes without incident. Again, it's just hot, sticky jungle. You know, traveling along the riverbanks. Gets pretty muddy at times. But yeah, as Zaka says, at some point we need to cross the river.
Oh, so we're on the north side, this side of the river?
Yes.
I'll do that.
And yes, you need to go on that side of the river. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like we're closer to the shallow side. We should probably do that soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she agrees with you. And as you go throughout the day, she seems to be kind of picking out a spot. The water is actually really slow moving, but she just seems to be trying to pick out like a spot that isn't muddy, you know, that you won't just sink into. And she asks you all how you are at swimming.
I have no idea. What's that based on?
It'll be athletics.
I'm good at swimming.
I'm
okay with it.
I've been better at things. I'm steadier on my feet.
Okay. So, and she picks a spot kind of like late afternoon. She picks a spot, and it's, you know, as you would kind of, well, it's very reedy along the bank, which gives it a bit more stability. It's not just like sheer muck. But the water is not fast moving at all. It's very slow. It's almost difficult to tell actually which direction the river is moving in because the water is so still. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is kind of a distance, but it's not. You can see the other side of it quite clearly. And she says, you know, she points out a rock and says to make for that rock. Yeah. So if you could. All make an athletics check for me.
So we are swimming for the rock then.
You're swimming for the rock.
So Ulfgard dog paddles. When it comes to swimming. Just a heads up.
So it's yeah, it's actually fine. Hang on 1 second.
I've got a -1, so.
One moment, I need to search for something.
So you can see he's like splish, 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 and he's just kind of like slowly sinking a little slower and lower as he's going across the water.
I can't find.
More used to dry land and hills and mountains, forests. Maybe even the occasional swampy bit, but...
Okay. Well, you pass actually without incident. It's I mean, the DC to swim in this kind of water is not particularly high.
Yay! Thank you, Azaka, for picking a good spot to cross.
You are soggy wet though when you emerge the other side.
Usual cleaning spells.
So this is gonna put you right there. Okay. All right, and she suggests that you travel a little further before you make camp.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm just trying to... There's something I was looking for and I can't find it. Let's see if I can find it this way. So, here...
We're about halfway to Firefinger.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't suppose that, like, rotted frog legs would sell good in the market back at Port Nyanzaru.
Not so much.
Should have picked up some salt on the way out.
Sorry. There's one thing that I was expecting and I didn't grab it, and now of course I can't find it.
Maybe we could build a raft for the trip back.
You are noticing that your water skins are getting a little light there.
Hmm.
It hasn't rained, has it?
Not since the first night.
Mm.
It's a good thing there's a big thing of water flowing through by us.
Is it potable water, though?
What do you think?
I'll make a nature check and see if I could figure out if it is.
Oh.
I don't know, do I? Is that roll even applicable?
No, I think it would be more of a survival.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
It's all right. Survival. I don't know if this river is drinkable or not.
Why don't I check? Yes, it is. Think. I'm not quite sure.
I suppose we could always boil it first, but that would take some time. Anyone know if the weather seems to be coming in for another rain?
Zaka?
Yeah, she doesn't seem confident that it's going to rain today. So, so are you going to give this water a try, or?
Well, what did Callisto?
Oh, sorry. It looks like you should filter it or boil it.
Well, do we have like a container that we can gather it up in and then boil it at our next stop?
Yeah, you could use you could use the big bucket thing that came with the rain catcher. But as Zaka says, if we're going to do that, then we should just stop close to the water, because trying to carry a big bucket of water through the jungle is not going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then the bucket will be contaminated if we can't use it to boil the water. I suppose we can clean it out after.
Well, she is just saying that we should stay close to the river is all.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought all the people in town were telling us it rains in the jungle all the time. Every day. It's always raining and there's no rain.
I think that was just a guy trying
just the guy.
Yeah.
The rain catcher.
We're gonna try to go a little further. I mean, we still have some water left in our water skins. Not much, but
Yeah.
hopefully another day's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll rain between now and then.
Well, I imagine that we'll be staying close to the river. It's during this, so yeah.
Yeah, you will be. So what are you then? So you're staying at the river and boiling the water, or are you continuing on, or what do you guys want to do?
I think it sounded like we were continuing on.
Yeah, let's continue on for now.
Okay.
And, once our water reserves get a bit lower, then we can go with boiling the water.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you're traveling, you're not straying too far from the river's edge, so it's not, particularly difficult to just traverse back there and get water and bring it to wherever you're setting up camp. So after traveling a little further, into the late afternoon, evening, Zaka, find a good spot to set up camp, and Zaka asks if you want to do watches at night again.
Yep.
Yes, I'll take the second watch.
I'll be first.
Okay.
Yes, I will be last.
Okay. Zaka says she really appreciates that, actually, because she still is a little wounded, so would like a chance to get a full night's sleep.
Actually, I would appreciate it if we could rest a bit longer, because I've pretty much exhausted my spells and need some rest myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's happy to kind of hang out in the morning after she's had a night's sleeping. Keep an eye while you're getting whatever additional sleep you need.
Sounds good.
Okay. So then, who's taking first watch?
I am.
Okay.
Perception?
Yes, please.
Wait. There you go.
But actually your night passes without incident. You don't see anything unusual. You hear all the same kind of noises that you've heard the previous night. As the sun sets, you hear the birds and then all the insects coming to life, with like an evening chorus.
Mm-hmm.
But after the sun sets, you watch for several hours with no kind of unusual activity, nothing that catches your eye or ears.
Perfect.
Okay. And then Callisto, you said you were taking second watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. But actually the same again. You feel very confident that you've been alert and very watchful the whole time, but did not see anything out of the ordinary. It seems like you've picked a good spot in the jungle. And then last watch.
That was me.
Bum bum bum.
More frogs!
Yay, frogs! Frogs for everyone! And 1 sec. Why is it always the last one?
Just a T-Rex, that's all.
Just a small T. That's not the right one.
The nice rest, I can actually sleep partially submerged.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. So you like the water a lot more.
Yeah. I get my best sleep partially submerged.
Except don't type that, type this. Come on, self, get it together. Anytime today, okay. 1 moment.
Are we being attacked?
As the sun is rising, actually, Lissa, Valia, you see a shadow pass over. If you picture you're kind of on the edge of the jungle, kind of close to the river, you see a shadow pass over the camp and the water of the river in front of you.
Oh, I look up to see if I see anything in the sky.
It's I mean, it looks like a really big bird.
Okay. I kind of like walk backwards over to where they are and camp, and I wake up Azaka first and say, "Can you tell me what that is up there? It's a huge shadow."
She says, she almost hisses, "Terrafolk."
That's what I thought. The way you explain them, bird people, yeah.
She says, it'd be better if we could avoid them. And
So I
she
guess
says,
we're getting close to Firefinger.
says, can we, she says, can we, take cover in the undergrowth? Or that's her recommendation. She says, I recommend we take cover in the undergrowth.
That would probably be best, considering we don't want them to know we're coming. So let's wake the others and let them know.
Okay.
Okay.
I go and kind of push everybody with my feet. Hey, we need to get up and get moving. We have a problem.
Undergrowth. Hui.
So could you guys make stealth checks for me?
Yeah.
The DC is pretty low, and I'm going to give you advantage. So it won't be too difficult to hide. And they're pretty high up in the sky, and you guys make it without an issue. Good thing there was advantage. So yeah, you kind of shuffle back into the undergrowth, and you see actually a few more shadows pass over you as well. But you're able to hide from them successfully in the undergrowth. And after a while, you don't see the shadows anymore. And as Laka says, I think it's safe. As safe as it can be.
Ulfgar's like,
Falling back asleep.
He's just kind of like sitting there after being woken up. So
if you're snoring, as
no.
help you.
No, I just kind of.
Shh, she says.
I said, yeah, I guess we better be moving a little quicker now. So we're getting closer, and there's probably going to be more.
Well, here's the question. Did we get a long rest? Or are we just going to stay hiding in the bushes for a bit?
Yeah, I think to get the full long rest, you'd need to stay at your spot for a couple of hours more.
Okay.
Which, I'm fine with that as long as we stay out of sight.
Yeah, you could do that.
Cool. Then
Okay.
in that case, I'll regain my inspiration and my hit points. And my spells. Hui. Because I was kind of feeling a bit down there.
Alright. And at this point, you guys are out of water. So you either need to decide, like, to harvest some or to kind of, try and continue on.
Are there any... actually, I should say 8 o'clock. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any plants or anything nearby that we could get water from? Otherwise, we're going to have to boil it, which means we have to make a fire, which means smoke, which means we risk being detected.
I rummage through Elune's pack and pull out his water skin.
Pretty cool.
Ulfgar kind of...
This one's still full.
Ulfgar kind of like does a small... Well done.
as far as what you could collect from plants, there really isn't, significant enough water on there to collect a lot from that.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a little bit, but not enough to see you through the day.
We could look around to see if there's any kind of caves that we could put the fire in.
Okay. So maybe we do a search around the area?
Yeah.
See if there's at least a sheltered spot that we might be able to make a small fire enough to boil some water.
That's what I was thinking.
I asked Asaka, did you happen to bring anything? Charcoal, filters, something like that to filter water?
And actually, funny you should mention that because she, you see her, she's got 2 water skins on her, and she's using, she has like kind of fine cloth filter that she's set up. So she's using that to filter water through into the 2 water skins. So she's not bothering to boil it, actually.
Okay, so she has a water filter?
She has, she has cloth that she's filtering through.
Okay. So I take it that the water would be drinkable after that?
Are you asking her this?
Yes.
Okay. She says, sometimes you get throat leeches.
Oh. Well, I guess it's either dehydration or throat leeches.
I'd like to
guess I'll
insight
take
check
throat
that.
leeches.
See if
I'd
she's
rather
like,
have the dehydration.
see if she's pulling my beard, you know?
Sorry, what was that?
I'd like to insight check that to see if she's pulling my
go
beard.
ahead. Yeah. She seems to be quite honest about it.
Tack on it. She has no sense of humor. I was hoping she was being
No, when
silly.
it comes to throat leeches.
All right, so I would inquire further about throat leeches.
She says, well, they can be in the water, She says, there's my filter helps a little, but sometimes they get through, and they're so tiny. But once they get in your throat, then you're not going to feel so good.
So
but I just kind of muscle through it, right? I mean, it's just throat leeches.
right. Let's see if we can find a place to make this little fire and boil some water and use the condensation on the rain catcher and get some fresh water, shall we?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So,
Apparently, we are not made for the jungle.
So I'm recommending that we look for a place that would be safer or sheltered to accomplish this task. In an effort to try and avoid detection.
Mm-hmm. So you can, so you can spend some time kind of, actually, if you make a survival check for me, and if you and Callisto are doing this together, you can have advantage on that.
Hooray.
So, yeah, Callisto is able to kind of suss out a spot where there's a bit of a rocky outcropping, where you think that it would disperse the smoke, enough. Not to be too alarming, but it is going to take a chunk of your day, right? So, like finding this spot and setting up the fire and boiling the water and all that is going to, so you probably...
5 minutes. That's it. Right.
So you can certainly do this, but it's going to take a chunk of your day. So then you've kind of got a choice about whether you want to kind of move at a faster pace to try and make up, the time, or whether you want to keep, hiking through into the dark, or whether you just want to hike a shorter distance.
I'd say we could potentially try and go a little faster, provided that it's not going to, I don't know, make us more visible. At this point, I'm a bit more worried about being detected by the Terrafolk.
So, Azaka advises that she thinks, you can still take cover, but you're more likely, if there's something on the ground, you're more likely to be kind of caught by surprise by that thing if you're moving at a faster pace. So basically, as you're going through the jungle, if you're moving faster, then you're kind of making more noise, and you're not as paying as much attention to your surroundings. So things are more likely to catch you by surprise instead of you catching things by surprise.
Normal speed is fine.
The werebore guy, would have been ready for you. You know.
Normal speed seems fine to me then.
Okay. I mean, what do you guys think is here? Is everybody kind of agreed?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So then, you collect the water, do all that jazz, boil it up, fill your water skins.
Water skins.
You want to do some hunting while you're doing this as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be the one tending
will
to
help you with that.
Yeah.
Yep, and
I'll
with her help. Oh, sorry. What?
I was just saying I'll tend to the water while they're hunting or something.
Okay. Yeah. With her help, you guys were able to get some good size lizards again, and everybody has a pretty good meal off of that without having to dig into their rations.
Lizard stew.
So you travel a little that day, but not particularly far, and then night falls again. You guys find a spot to make camp, and then do you want to do watches again, or?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take first again.
Okay.
I think it's my turn to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Azaka will take
So I'm on second.
last watch. Okay. So Azaka's going to take last one. Right.
Yep. Excuse me. Because it's always on the last watch.
Right. It always is. So Valia, your watch passes without incident. And Ulfgar, you're on next. Okay.
12. A strong 12.
A strong 12.
A dwarf 12.
Your watch also passes without incident. And then,
Apparently an intimidating 12.
So an intimidating 12 indeed. And then Callisto's watch. Also nothing is going on during your watch, Callisto. So you are fairly well rested. And then the following day, continue on. Let's see how that day goes. Except I thought I typed that wrong, but my mouse was in the way. Sorry.
You just died. You died of dysentery.
You died of dysentery.
Not enough water boiling was done.
The throat leeches.
You got dysentery from the throat leeches. GM Kashke is typing. Uh-oh. And now you're no longer typing. It said you were typing.
I was typing. Okie doke. When did that? So actually, you haven't got very far before Azaka alerts you to at the edge of the water is a basking crocodile. And this crocodile is much bigger than your usual crocodile, like normal crocodile size times 2.
Oh,
And it seems to be sleeping in the sunshine.
let's give it a wide berth.
Okay. Do you guys want to try and sneak past it?
Yeah, it takes
Sure.
too long to kill it. Lost a whole day in boiling water.
Okay. Can you give me stealth checks then?
That depends. Do you want them to be successful?
Oh, they are just successful. Like Callisto, at one point, like when you're moving through, the what's the word that I'm looking for? The debris on the floor of the jungle kind of makes crunching noises under your foot, and the crocodile seems to like kind of stir a little, and you kind of freeze in place for just a second, and everybody's kind of looking at the crocodile, and then he seems to like put his head back down and continue snoozing in the sunshine, and on you continue and are able to sneak past him without alerting him to your presence. Could have tried speak with animals. Dear crocodile, just stay sleeping.
I think trying to speak to him might wake him up.
Fair enough, yes.
My father once wrestled an alligator. It didn't go well. I think that's when he lost his pinky, but still.
Just his pinky. Well, that's not too bad, actually.
Was it a baby crocodile?
No, it's an alligator, actually. It was, typically alligators aren't as, ornery as crocodiles are, but, my father had probably gotten very upset because it found him while he was harvesting some of the eggs. But anyway.
Okay. So on you trudge down the river. Another day's journey. Azaka says probably 2 more days, maybe 3, and we'll be there, depending on how quickly we move.
Depends whether you keep the frogs away from us or not.
Fair enough. Actually, you are on that side of the river, aren't you? So you're actually there, not... Okay. I want to make sure I keep you on the right side of the river.
That was really poorly done. Let's get rid of
Sorry.
that. No, that was me. There we go.
Okay. So another night approaches. Sun begins to set. As usual, the insects and the birds sing you to sleep, and at this point, you kind of got your hands over your ears, like, will they ever shut up? Are you guys doing watches once more?
Yep, I believe it's... Am I first watch now? Yes. Whoever sleeps last.
I think
it's Zaka's second watch. Right,
yeah, and
she took last watch.
I think I take the full night's sleep this time, or is it Valia?
I think I take watch and you sleep.
Okay. I sleep.
I'm taking third watch.
Sure.
If you haven't noticed by now, the jungle is full of everything, basically.
Well, yeah, it's got throat leeches that live in river water, obviously. Crocodiles, giant frogs. Wait a minute. Are we going to run into giant dwarves?
Who's taking...
I have first watch.
Okay.
I wrote down the order this time.
Oh, thank you. So you haven't been asleep for long, when actually Azaka puts her hand on your shoulder and goes shh, puts her finger to her lips and goes shh, and kind of stealthily walks away from the camp into the jungle. And you swear actually that. Well, make a perception check for me, actually, if you don't mind.
I hear Lilu softly
Yeah,
snoozing.
definitely. As she got a little further into the undergrowth, you swear she something happened, like with her shape. She changed shape somehow. And became more kind of quadrupedal than bipedal. If that's a word. Quadrupedal a word? Sounds like it's a word.
Sure.
Quadrupedal.
Quadrupedal.
She became, much more kind of quadrupedal than her usual bipedal form. And a couple of minutes pass, and she hasn't returned yet.
I think I'm gonna go wake up Valia.
Good.
Since she was... Yeah.
I ask, what's going on? Are we being attacked?
I said no, but Azaka's just changed into another shape and went into the jungle, and she hasn't returned for quite some time.
Changed? Are you sure you didn't fall asleep on your shift?
No, I'm pretty sure she's a shapeshifter of some sort.
Oh, great. What else are we gonna have happen? What other surprises in the jungle? And this is we're into the first shift, right? So it's pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
Twilighty, I guess. I guess I'll kind of walk to the edge where the light and the dark meet, because I don't want to go too far because I really can't see in the dark. So I'll kind of go to the edge and look around, see what I can find. Kind of whisper her name a little bit, real low.
She did indicate to be quiet, so I mean, she's probably okay.
Okay. Well, I guess. Maybe. Well, I don't know. She didn't say that. She didn't do anything else. Just to be quiet.
She just put her finger over her lips and said, "Shh."
Okay, we should probably wake up the little guy, and we should probably be ready for anything to come out of there then.
Yeah, probably.
I just kind of look at you like, are you gonna wake him up?
Yeah. I'll go wake him up. So I walk over there really quietly, and I kneel down and I put a hand over his mouth and kind of like pinch him to wake him up.
Okay.
So Ulfgar, suddenly you feel his hand clasp over your mouth quite tightly.
I try biting the hand.
I clamp it down a little bit harder, and then I go, shh.
He opens his eyes, obviously sees what's going on. Yeah. You're lucky, too, because he was about to wake with a start.
and I tell him what just happened.
Wait, I can't remember. Does your character shapeshift? Would I know that your character?
Do. I don't know. I think I'm. Oh, not yet. I think I will.
I thought you started with that, but I could be wrong.
Maybe I do. Maybe I start with a wolf.
But you haven't seen.
Well, that's what I'm asking: is do I know if she does yet?
Well, you certainly haven't witnessed it. Callisto, would you have shared this kind of info?
That's what I'm
Probably
asking.
not.
Okay, then. Yeah, I think it would be strange, but I've seen people change shapes before. So, I mean, I'm friends with some druid tribes, and I've seen them change into other animals. Perhaps she has some druid roots in her.
Maybe she just exploded like our other party member.
Picking them off like flies.
You might think that, but from her description, she walked away rather than
Perhaps this is
into a
why
puff of purple smoke.
Perhaps this is why none of her other people come back with her.
Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe she ate them.
Pretty sure
Or we're
that
left
was
as
true.
sacrifice.
Either way,
I mean, we're close enough party. I would eat you. I would eat y'all too. It's okay. Just, But I don't know. So I guess we can just. You want to wait by the fire? Should we try to go in the jungle or?
I say we stay where we're at until we've got the advantage for the entire group, and that would be dawn.
Okay, well, I can see in the dark. Can I look to see if there's... I guess I already did that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Never mind.
And I can see in the dark as well, but it's just a matter of I know that Valia can't. And I think that would put us at a tactical disadvantage if we needed to pitch a battle.
Yeah. Swinging javelin or biting things blindly.
So I guess it sounds like we're going to wait and see if she comes back before dawn.
Okay.
Little dwarf, you might as well go back to bed.
Little dwarf.
Just as big as you are. Maybe a bit bigger around the center as well.
I just nod my head. We'll just sit here and wait for her to come back.
So you don't have to wait very long, actually, and Azaka returned. She's kind of surprised to see you all awake and waiting for her.
I just kind of back away from her a little bit and look at her, look her over.
Does she look different?
Nope.
Injured, bloodied, anything like that?
Nope.
With fresh game in her hand?
Nope.
She still has clothes on, right?
Yep.
Okay, making sure.
Just say, Zaka, we were a little worried about you. And ourselves. That you left. Did you see something?
She says, yes, I had to speak to one, there was a traveler in the jungle that I had to speak to.
Well, what did you change into? Because I was told that you walked off and you changed into something. What are you not telling us?
She says I can shift into a tiger.
That might explain parties not coming out of the jungle, but okay.
Ulfgar just goes, cool! Can I see?
She looks at Valia when you say that, and she says, you may eat your compatriots, but I never would.
Only if they're wounded and not going to make it.
Mercy eatings.
Yes, mercy eatings for everybody.
Ulfgar nervously just kind of pats her on the back a little bit and goes, ha ha, she's kidding, this one. Anyway, can we see that tiger shift? That would be neat.
She says, I'm not some circus performer.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. Just I've never seen a tiger.
You'll see soon enough.
Okay.
So I kind of look at her still kind of weird, and I'm like, so your people, your tribe, or your clan, or whoever you're with, your people, you're all shapeshifters.
She says, most of us, yes.
Okay, well that might explain why we have to find a mask. What does this mask do exactly?
She says, actually, it's fairly powerless, but it's of great sentimental value to us.
Okay.
So who was
Just want to
it?
make sure we're after a lot of crazy, magical, powerful artifacts. We're just wanting to make sure we're not adding another one to our list. But we're, I mean,
Sounds like the most mundane on the list.
Yeah, wouldn't say the easiest.
I didn't say that either. So who was this that you went to meet in the woods?
It was one like me, he says.
Were you getting helpers for the group, or?
No, I just did not want them to take alarm to your presence.
Hmm.
So I explained why we were here, and they continued on their way.
Did they come upon us, or were you expecting to run into them here?
They came upon us unexpectedly.
I see.
I have not told anybody that I'm escorting you.
So then they don't know that we're with you?
No, she means what she means is in advance. Like she hasn't told people, oh hey, I'm gonna be in the jungle taking this group through.
Right.
She says now they know you're here.
Very well.
Well, I think we should probably, is it still dark? I look up at the sky.
Yes, it's definitely still dark.
Okay, well, we should probably finish our rest so we can get up early and move. We don't need to stay in one place too long. There's way too many scary things in the jungle and weird shifty things and just too much for me. We should move.
Okay.
She needs a good night's sleep is all.
I still have to do third shift, right? We're only into the first.
Yeah, Ozaka was next.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's your turn, Tiger Lady. We're sleeping.
Tiger Lady.
Go get him, Tiger.
Oh God.
He really needs his beauty rest.
All the tiger puns, here they come. So yeah, Callisto, you finish your watch without incident and pass it on to Azaka, and then she does not wake anybody during her watch either. She's just killing things while you're sleeping and hoarding the XP. That's all.
Yeah, XP's all mine.
And then she wakes.
Pulls out a ball of yarn and bats it around like a regular house cat.
She has like a giant ball of yarn in her backpack.
That's all that's in there, just yarn.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the rest of the night passes without incident, and let's see.
Over breakfast, then, Ulfgar would ask to know more details about the Terrafolk so that he could be better prepared since we're nearing their camp.
All right.
Well, we do know they're bird people.
Right, which puts me at a distinct disadvantage. If we're fighting them.
Clip their wings, they can't fly.
You have to be able to clip the wings first.
So she says, so Azaka says that Terrafolk are often actually referred to as terror folk instead of, the P-T-E-R-A, T-E-R-R-O-R, because...
Right, they're like pterodactyl.
She says, they're truly evil beasts. She says they take whatever they want from whoever they want, including other people. She's like,
They're related to dragons?
She's like, they have no care for anything but themselves.
Do they speak?
She says they can, but they're not worth talking to. She says they're great enemies of the Aarakocra as well.
Mm. Are there any Aarakocra nearby?
She says...
Those are the bird people, right?
Yeah.
She says she does know of some. Where are they? She says she does know of some. The Aarakocra reside in Kirsabal. which is on your map, actually.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a ways
wow.
down there.
Yeah. That's okay. Nearby, huh? All right.
It's all relative.
Has Azaka ever been to Firefinger before?
She says, I haven't been inside, but yes, I've been there.
What kind of numbers are we looking at?
She says, probably less than 20.
Oh, that should be no problem. I look up at the sky, we're looking for more shadows. I said, we should probably keep moving while we're discussing this.
I
We
agree.
shouldn't stay in one place too long, especially when we pass that big giant thing on the riverbank.
I agree. As we proceed, I continue asking, can they see in the dark like I can? Or are they more like a human, where they need light?
Yeah, I know what you mean. She says
You said
no.
they had the bird heads, the pterodactyl heads, and human bodies, right?
They have like they have a little more human bodies. They still have like I mean, you saw in the sky, they still have these massive kind of wings, but they also they also have hands as well, kind of on the corners of those wings, so to speak. Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yep. But no, they can't see in the dark, or at least not that Azaka knows of.
So if we stay under trees and are in the dark, it might best shield us from them and give us an advantage. Perhaps we can do a stealth mission on this. Sneak in and steal it without causing a ruckus or being overwhelmed by 20 airborne enemies.
She says that yes, she definitely agrees that you should wait until nightfall, or at least until it's raining. And weirdly, as if on cue, it begins raining.
Don't forget to pull out your thing.
Yeah, I just immediately just set out the rain catcher.
Rain catcher!
Rain catcher break. Funnel it into my mouth.
Intermission. Hold on.
Yep.
Well, I tell her, well, the only problem with attacking at night is if there's no light. I cannot see. I don't see like you guys in the dark. I guess I'm going to assume Azaka can see in the dark now that we know she's a shapeshifter. Most druids are. Most druids can. But I'm just like, that's the only problem we have in the dark. If it's too dark, I can't see. I don't want to... I sure would hate to bite somebody in my party.
You do know that we can make light if needed.
Take the fun out of everything. I turn back to the rain catcher.
She says if we don't approach in the dark, then we'll have to be extremely cautious and move very slowly to make sure that we're not spotted. But otherwise, maybe she would recommend approaching while it's dark and then going into the tower. You could go into the tower the next day. She says the important part is to not be seen during the approach.
Right. What is the layout? Is it like a guarded tower? Like it has kind of like a castle. It has a wall, guard towers around it, or a wall, or it's just one singular tower, or a town.
She says it's one singular tower. She says ancient rumors say that this used to be a tower where they would light a warning fire, or almost a communications tower. She says there is a flame atop the tower that is magical and doesn't go out.
That would make sense. I mean, one singular tower in the middle of the jungle with a flame on it. It would make. It makes sense of what its purpose actually was originally. Okay, so that means when we get there, I'm going to assume it's probably in a clearing.
She says there are clear areas around it. So if we approach under the forest canopy as much as we can, and then wait until dark to cross to the bottom of the tower.
Yeah, that's going to probably be the best approach. And I'm sure since they are, they can't see in the dark, then they probably have some kind of torches lighting something around. So it shouldn't be too bad for me. It should be all right. So yeah, I think that is going to be our best approach, is to go now while it's raining, because I think our water thing's full, and try to, at least scope it out a little bit to get a plan and go when approach when it's either raining and dark, or,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, while you're traveling today, you do make it closer to the tower, and you can see in the distance this very square-looking stone building rising up above the forest canopy. Like if you go stand out by the river and look across, the treetops, then you can see in the distance this kind of stone tower rising, and it's definitely getting closer. So yeah, Zaka thinks that you should travel during the day today, and then you could make it there by like tomorrow evening. So she's thinking like one more sleep, basically.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. So, so should we do that one more sleep then?
No.
Yeah. No. He's like, no, let's just go for it. He's like standing in the rain catcher pot, just drinking water.
It's just funneling into his mouth. There's no bucket.
It's Ulfgar's turn to go first.
Yeah, that's fine. Perception.
That means it's my turn to sleep. Okay.
8.
Yep.
Oh. All the things.
I told you I wanted to go.
Actually, you're fine. Nothing seems to be happening today. Or during your watch tonight, I should say.
Bird people probably picked everything off around the tower.
No campfire tonight, by the way.
Okay. It's a good plan.
It's my turn.
Okay.
I think it's a good night for Valia to sleep if you're not already. That way we don't have to have a campfire.
Yeah, I was already sleeping.
Okay.
It's nice and rainy and muddy.
So it seems, nothing happens during your watch, Callisto, either.
No, Zaka.
Dun, dun, dun.
Did you? I didn't even see Callisto roll as my thing for.
I didn't think we had to roll until she told us to.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, nothing. Zaka doesn't wake you either. So nothing seems to happen during her watch. And it does seem kind of almost eerily quiet. The closer you're getting to Firefinger, you're definitely not seeing the larger wildlife as you might have before. Things seem to be staying away from the tower a little.
Mm.
So let's see if so the following day also passes without incident. So yes, eerily quiet. And as you kind of get closer to the tower, let's move the counter. You can see it kind of across the clearing, so around the bottom of the tower, it's fairly clear around the very bottom of the tower. Although you can see, the tower itself is a ruin, and you can see that the jungle is starting to kind of like take it back. So while at one point there might have been like a very large kind of clear circle around it, Terrafolk aren't exactly keeping that up, so the jungle is slowly kind of encroaching back on the tower itself. So there's some trees are we're getting closer, and yeah. So
I'd ask Azaka if she had any clue as to where her mask might be, or
she
anything.
says no.
Okay.
I've never been inside. She says I don't know like where they keep stuff.
But are they living around the tower, in the tower?
They live in the tower.
Eesh. Of course they do.
She says, wouldn't you?
No. I'm not a tower folk.
So as you approach, like I said, there's a bit of a clearing between the jungle and the tower itself. And the tower rises up above the jungle canopy, and it's about like 300 foot tall. It's a naturally formed spire of rock with smoke issuing from a flaming beak in the top of it. The walls of the spire are sheer and dotted with small caves. Frail-looking ladders hang from narrow ledges at various heights. So this is where you've come up to. And do you want to kind of continue towards... do you want to wait till nightfall and continue towards the bottom of the tower?
Yeah, that's probably best.
Yeah. Have we seen any Terra folk, like flying in and out or anything?
Yep. Yeah, I would say you see them occasionally, like taking off from there and, take cover while that's happening. And their passive perception isn't great, so as long as you stick to the trees, then you're able to get away with it. It's kind of when you were on the river edge that that they could spot you. So
do they seem to be around the base of the tower, or primarily just leaving from and landing on the top of the tower?
Yeah, they seem to have... I mean, the top of the tower seems to be like their roost, right? Like they've claimed that as their roost, but you don't know, like, and you can't really see like what the layout is at the top of the tower. All you can see is like the Terra folk coming and going from it occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is there an entrance, I guess?
Yes, Azaka actually points out to you a doorway, or not a doorway, hang on one second, let me... a ladder at the bottom of the tower.
Wait, on the outside?
On the outside.
And how far up does the ladder go?
About 60 feet.
How tall does the tower look?
I said it's about 300 feet.
Okay. So the only way in looks to be an exposed ladder on the outside.
Yep.
Great.
Should wait till dark.
Right. I think that's a wise choice.
And can you all make a perception check for me, please, as well?
Sure. Boop. There it goes. Took forever.
It does. So you all kind of notice, actually, as you get closer to the bottom of the tower before the clearing, sorry, terrible. You see, Callisto, you see it first. There's the body of an elf lying in the mud.
That can't be good.
At the bottom of the ladder?
No, he's kind of a little bit more towards the tree clearing, and you could probably like approach and kind of peer at it a little bit. He's not in the trees, so
I'd like to get a little bit closer to see if he's still alive, if I can tell if he's still alive.
Okay. Yeah, you approach it, yeah, you can tell he's been dead for a couple of days now. He's he's very dead. Let's put it that way.
Oh, rats.
Yeah, he has kind of he has the maggoty thing going on. He's got like he's being eaten, slowly by small insects. So yeah, he looks like some of his limbs are bending where they're not supposed to bend.
Heads on backwards and stuff.
I creep over by Callisto to look.
And you guys see he's got kind of a bunch of broken twigs and torn leaves stuck in what's left of his clothes.
I think he was dropped from a tall tower or, in flight.
I looked down, I said, this is what could happen to us once we reach that top, just,
How big do the Terrafolk look? Like they could carry a second person and drop them?
They're large. So yes.
Is he close enough for us to get, to check his, if he has any pockets or anything?
Not without leaving the canopy of the trees. Which you could do, but it's up to you.
No, I think we should wait till the cover of dark.
Yeah.
This
we'll
guy's
just
not going
hang
anywhere.
out, wait.
Okay. So you can wait in the trees for a few more hours, and the sun begins to set. And Azaka says, we should be making our move now before, before it's pitch black. But while it's, and you have noticed that the activity level of Terrafolk, Terrafolk coming and going from the top of the tower is slow now. So they seem to be settling in for the night.
Okay. Let's go steal some eggs.
Can I rifle through the elf's pockets?
Yeah, yep. You actually, he has some mundane stuff on him. Like he has a little pouch of trail rations that are kind of very stale looking, almost dusty, because they've been there for kind of exposed for too long.
Little squishy and bloody.
And he's not in good shape. You look at him and you can see that his torso is kind of flatter than it should be. And actually then you notice that as you're kind of looking around for the area, he doesn't have anything valuable on him, which seems kind of strange. Actually, what seems to be left on him just seems kind of random. He doesn't have any weapons on him or anything like that. And as you're looking around, you see the rib cage of another humanoid kind of sticking up out of the grass a bit. It's
I was like, okay, we should just continue on. We should not get caught by these things. Doesn't look like it's ended well for people who have gotten caught.
I think one way or another, it's probably best if we've got a roof above our heads, so to speak. I'd rather not be dropped.
They like Enderman. Can you just stand under 2 blocks and hit them in their shins?
So yeah, as you get closer, you can see the ladder that goes up the side of the spire. Then there's a ledge with a cave opening in it. So that's the ladder that Azaka is saying we have to go up there.
I nod and just start heading. We follow her and head that way.
Okay.
Yep.
So could you guys make stealth checks for me, please?
Sure.
Just to make sure you don't wake up any Terrafolk.
Sorry.
I thought that was mine at first. I was like, no.
No, you're okay though. They're sleeping and they're 300 feet away from you, so it would have taken a natural one to really wake them up. So yeah. So you make it to the ladder without incident. And actually, that's where we'll leave it. So, so you're the four of you are at the bottom of the tower, looking up at this ladder that looks, looks okay. Perhaps not the most confident building ladder in the face of the realm, but yeah, Azaka is egging you on. She's her anxiety level is kind of growing the closer that she gets to taking back her mask.
Oh,
so.
I'm just like my anxiety level's going up the closer I am to getting dropped by a terrafolk.
So she's she's pretty happy about that. So yeah, we'll come back and the climb of Firefinger begins.
Oh boy.
I will say, I'll give you the exact numbers afterwards, but obviously with all the activity that you went through, coming down the river, you've definitely leveled up. So,
woohoo!
So next time, level 2.
Yay!
Good.
I wonder if these dead people at the bottom of the tower are her last party members.
Maybe.
That depends. Is this considered the heart of the jungle?
Not quite. Good.
Our chances of not dying have just gone up by 0.2%. All right.
Well, thank you guys very much for sticking with me through another, almost 4 hours of gameplay and all the trials and tribulations of the jungle and the river and throat leeches and
the lack of
giant
water.
frogs and boiling water. Yep. All that fun stuff.
Those frogs. Oh my gosh. They kept duplicating. I think we got them wet after dark or something.
Right. Don't feed them after midnight.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll see you all next time for another episode of Tomb of Annihilation.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right.